Good day.
But listen, I had this idea. I was thinking we can go and get like Taco Bell or something, or like go get a burrito, and then I'm telling you, try this. So you get your man on his back, right, like in bed, and then you just fart right in his face.
Man, what the fuck?
Sorry. Sorry. Not you. Wait, no, you be into it. No, hold on. No, they would be into it. Don't listen to them. No, that's just these random guys. Guys, listen, hear me out. But like, hear me out. No, they're not listening. No, don't listen to them. Guys, hear me out.
Make sure Joey C has taken the medicine this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go get them likes and subscribes up there, guys. Come on now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning show with CC Joe and Big Lou, the man, the God, Big Blue Lou. What's happening?
Good morning. Hopefully Joey is in a much better mood today versus yesterday.
Well,
even though he seemed really good in his afternoon show with Granny, you seem more chipper.
Well, I was, when we went to lunch, and like I said, it's brutal. People got to understand how brutally hot it is here, especially in the month of August. And when you got no fucking air conditioner in your car, and I haven't got out in the van in a couple of days, so it's just been all the windows up, the smoldering heat just piling up in that freaking van. And then you open the door and you get in, and it's like you get hit with 200 degrees of hot in your face, and then you drive, and then you got a traffic you're sitting in, and people are just all jerks, and you get to lunch, and then you're about half dead, and then you just continue. But that's just part of the factor. Not sleeping regularly on a daily basis, the proper amount of hours, is probably by the end of the week you're killing yourself more and more every day. So
the most important thing for someone of our age is rest. We're not as young and spry as we used to be, where we can go do 24 hours and not be affected.
I get affected. It affects me so bad. If I do 36-hour stretches, I'm dead. And I got 8 hours yesterday. I woke up today before the alarm.
Wow, look
3 minutes before the alarm. 3 minutes before the alarm. I thought I missed the alarm because I get up, I see it's daylight, I go, oh shit. I look for my phone. Oh, I don't hear nothing. I don't see nothing. I go take my morning wood out, and I just dump it into the, because I'm one of the guys. As soon as I pull it out, I mean, from me standing to the toilet bowl, it's hanging in there. I mean, it's just I gotta unwrap like 2 times, and I just drop it in there, and it's like, it's pretty wild, you know what I'm saying? It's just like this. It's like my steak, It's like I could wrap it around as a belt if I wanted to. Nobody would notice it, They just wouldn't, So of course, I take care of that, and then I got to pet it. I got to pet it and tell it, okay, now you must go back up in here.
Pet it. You pet it. You pet your steak. Good boy.
I got to pet it
calm
because
down.
If I don't pet it and say good morning to it and show it love, it'll stay. It'll keep that. His one eye starts opening up, and he starts talking to me, and he turns his head and he goes, "What are you doing there? You did not say good morning to me. I will strangle you in your sleep. I will come up and I go around your neck and strangle you. I will break your neck." So I got very nice to him, very nice to him. But the biggest problem is that this morning was, I'm not late. I'm gay. That's all I am. Don't ever put the late and gay in the same sentence.
So, did you hear about Aaron, Joey?
Aaron got arrested, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for him.
am I supposed to care? I mean, I don't. The toe. I saw the toe. Another victory for the toe. Whatever that means. Who the fuck is the toe? I know nothing about this guy. There he is. Ross Dog Broken Spirit in the house. How are you? The toe.
LOL. Good morning, everyone.
Did I
Good
hear
morning,
about that?
Cupcake. I know you're still in Virginia. You'll be leaving
Oh,
around 10:30, 11 to
no.
head out west.
You and Langley getting debriefed again. I know you don't want nobody to know that you are the head of the CIA, and you and Langley getting debriefed. We know who you are. You are J. Edgar Hoover's son,
What the fuck?
and you know your father was very gay man.
Good morning, Miss
J. Edgar
Honeybee.
Hoover was very gay man. Did you know that the top cop, the
Come on,
top
Joey. Say
cop?
good morning to Miss B.
Oh, Miss B, how are you, Miss B? I'm so sorry. Hello, hello, hello. How
You
are
gotta
you?
see,
Good to
Joey.
see you, Miss B.
The one issue we had yesterday with the interview with you and Granny was you
What?
totally ignored us chatters.
Well, you got a star like Granny sitting next to you. You got to keep all eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? You
What
gotta,
I should, I was so tempted to come in backstage, to stay off camera, and just fiddle with the fucking chat.
you should have. Almost you should have. And no, it was great to have Granny here. I think
But I am not going to step on someone's show. That's
ah,
just not me.
you're part of it. But Granny was just. I don't know if he was. I think he really liked the hat I gave him. I gave him a really nice gift. I've had that hat for 14 years, and I'm a guy like this. When you know people, and you speak, we know Granny's character and the type of person he is and how great of how funny he is, and I just knew that hat. It was just funny because I hadn't seen that hat in probably about 6 months, and I'm going through some stuff and I pull it out and I go, man, it was just perfect timing, and I just visioned this is the type of hat Granny would really like. I know this without even asking him. So
So,
I thought it was great to give to him because he'll
Cupcake,
yeah.
are you in like a river or creek? Because the water's cold and it's deep too.
Oh,
That's a little concerning, my friend.
what did he say? Where's this
He
at?
says, "Damn, this water's cold," and then it's deep too.
Well, maybe he's in a truck stop taking a shower. Is he taking a shower and we're taking a shower with him? Are we in the shower with him?
Again, why would the water be deep?
I don't know. Maybe he clogged up. Maybe
That would be disgusting, but okay.
maybe he's in a real bad truck stop. One of those ones that they don't. I mean, there's some nasty truck stops up there that you might have to wear.
Good morning, Mr. Deadpool. How are you this
Deadpool,
morning?
what's happening, Mr. Deadpool? How are you? So yeah, so I mean, so that first and foremost, that was just really nice of Granny. He worked yesterday and then makes a drive, and he had to have. I don't know where he lives, but I mean, obviously, it's within a few hours. You know what I'm saying? So that's that right there that he did that. Now, will I ever know the real truth of why he wanted to do this? I don't know. I can speculate. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I think that they got way more than they thought they were going to get. I think they were going to be. I really thought that they thought they were going to be able to make a bunch of jokes and a bunch of, commentary out of this in a bad way. Not Granny, but I think more like other podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And
It was a good discussion. You guys
yeah,
were just talking, getting to
right,
know each other.
right.
It was, I was flipping back and forth between that and the baseball game.
Yeah, yeah. I know Uncle Jack told him go to the bathroom, check the medicine cabinet. Check. That's the first thing we want to know. What's in the medicine cabinet?
Like, what do you care what's in someone's medicine cabinet? Like,
And I'm like, what do you think you're gonna find in there? Maybe
you know
find
what? I hope he did open the medicine cabinet and found a 12-inch dildo.
No, he would find that. No, I mean he might have found my couple of my wife's medication for her doctor, but I mean for mine.
So Ross Dog wants to know. Let's discuss Cub legend Jody Davis.
Great man. Eating ain't cheating and sucking ain't fucking. That's what his famous phrase was. That's what he used to tell everybody. Atlanta, Georgia boy. Good guy. Big old country boy. I mean, he's a good guy. Number 7, Jody Davis. Good catcher.
You know what? You're right. I never did see a Sling Blade.
You never saw Sling?
I don't know.
You never saw Sling Blade, the movie? You never saw
Cupcake,
it?
I heard of. No, I don't think I did. I've heard of the comedian Richard Pryor. Yes, Did I watch a lot of his comedy specials? No.
No. Now, Richard Pryor, one of his best comedy sessions was after he got burnt up. When he came back on stage after his fire, was probably a classic of all classics. I mean, just about all of his were top spots. But now I never got into comedians, but Richard Pryor I was a big fan of. I watched all his movies. You know, I just like him. I liked him when he did movies with Gene Wilder. Combination of those two were just great.
No, Ross Dog. Unfortunately, I don't watch the Phillies. I only watch the Phillies when they come to New York or if New York goes to them.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm a Mets fan.
That's right.
We coming for you, bro. We coming.
Watching those amazing Mets.
Yeah, bro. You know, we won last night, so I'm happy.
Amazing
now we
Mets.
go into. I don't know if this is true or not. We're going into the White Sox stadium, but I think Wednesday's attendance was only 17 people.
Good morning, Water Chad. Welcome. I've been checking you out, man. You've been on a tear with the. You were mad. You did a video. You were mad. Stuttering John was mad. The Mercedes-Benz drive. You were mad. You know, and I watched the one where the dues payer was at it again, huh? Dues payer calling your mother at 3:00 in the morning. What are you gonna do about that dues payer, huh?
Chad's in the chat. Good morning, Chad.
Everybody, say hello to Chad. Clearwater Chad's here.
No. Sue me, people. I don't fucking watch a lot of comedians. What can I tell you? Get over yourselves.
But JoJo Dancer, the story that did you ever see that movie JoJo Dancer?
Sounds gay.
No, it's a Richard Pryor, basically about his life story. It's him playing his own self. Basically, how he started from a little boy. He was raised pretty much in a brothel, in a whorehouse. His grandmother was the madam. His mama was the number one whore in there. His daddy left home, left his mama, and then he wound up being with his daddy after his grandmother died. His grandmother was everything to him. When she died, it was one of the parts of many things that led him to drugs. Talks about all his wives. Because Richard Pryor went from white wife, black wife, white wife, black wife. I think he had 5 wives. I think 5. If I remember correctly, it was either 4 or 5. Because in the movie they're like Mrs. Dancer, and they all stood up, at the hospital. All of them, they all thought they were cashing out. They all thought they were cashing out when he was burnt up. You know the backstory, how he lit himself on fire. He was
he drunk?
No, he's a very, very, very big freebaser. Back in the day, I won't say crackhead. He was a freebaser. He smoked cocaine back in the day when it was, freebasing, and I guess he was just one of those binges that I could relate to it because I know what he was going through because I mean, let's not face it, I smoked crack one time for 10 years, so I've been in those realms of like him where you're alone, you're in the closet, you just want to end everything, and I think in the reality, not but how they did it in the movie, I think he was so high and paranoid. This is in real life. If I can ever find that article, he doused himself with grain alcohol or rum, 151 rum, right? And he was on his, all in himself and wanting to die. And it was told that he forgot about it. He was so high, and he accidentally lit the lighter or the torch to do a hit. And he had already been doused with that stuff, and he just went up in flames. I mean, he was, I don't know if you remember his famous joke is, I saw all the jokes you made about me. This is how he ended his, he took a match out and he goes, I know what you said and he put the match and he went like this. He goes, yeah, Richard Pryor running down the street, but he had severe burns all over his body. I mean he was
obviously,
but he if anybody could come back and recover to a human being and then go on stage and to make it one of the best shows he ever did, he was the master, man. Guys like Eddie Murphy and guys like they molded their life around Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was a very strong force for a lot of up and coming comedians.
I'm sure he was. I mean,
he was.
I never watched his specials, but I have watched a few of his movies, and I have to agree with Ross Dog.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
Brewster's Millions.
Brewster's Millions, good show. Yeah,
I I felt he was not cast properly for the Superman. I
Yeah.
want to say it was
Yeah.
Superman 4.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Super 4. I think it was. Yeah. It
It
was.
was either 3 or 4. I don't remember. It's been so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. But he was funny,
But
and I, I, I like when he was trying to fly with the skis, the water skis on, or the snow skis when he went
yeah,
down the.
on the top of the building.
Yeah, he made that funny, man. Superman bad. Superman bad. He's-
But
man. He was funny.
like I said,
Well, he played a con man. He played a con man, a swindler. His part was pretty cool in there. And then, of course, he's trying to steal all he can from the company, and they're crooks anyhow, and they spot the crook, so they're going to bring him in to try to be the sucker. And of course, Superman knows he's really a good guy, and it's funny. But he did a lot of movies with Gene Wilder. There's a lot of them. But Which Way Was Up was one of his. That was an older movie. Richard Pryor played a good role in that. I mean, there's so many of them that he did. I know I've seen every one of them. To sit here and think of every name, I would have to look them up because I don't. My memory's that's just not good anymore. What does it say, Joey? Let's go. Ryan A. Thank you for the $2, Joey. Let's go 1-on-1 basketball. I will. Yeah. Okay, Ryan A. Oh boy, that says I'm 59 years old, 5'8", and I can barely move. And you're gonna want to put me on a basketball court. You know how ridiculous you sound with that. You really don't know how dumb you sound with that. So what does that say for you? You challenging me? Go challenge somebody that could play the game, and then let me see you send super chat. You're gonna challenge me? Wow. Let's everybody give Ryan a big round of applause for making the
thank you for the
dumbest challenge.
$2.
But thank you for the dumbest challenge I've ever heard in my life. I mean, come on, Ryan. I mean, what are you trying to accomplish here? Are you just trying to?
Okay.
Are you trying to troll, or are you trying to look ridiculous? Because you look ridiculous with that statement. I hate to say that. I don't like to do that to anybody, but come on, man. I mean,
Be
what does
like
anybody?
Richard Pryor. Set your balls on fire.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm really to get into that Richard Pryor. I could really feel where he was at in his time of life, because he was at the prime of his life. He had everything money. He had crazy wives. He was wild. He was out there doing things, but he was a guy that was just, the movie industry was wanting him. The comic world, he was just on fire. But he's had home cooking ounces of freebase, and when he's not performing, and you become Gonzo. What's up, brother? Joey Nation, baby. Send me the link. Yeah, we'll send you. Gonzo. You want to meet Gonzo? Good guy.
We've been on him with our.
He's
been on with us already.
You don't mind if I send him a link?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll send on Gonzo. I love Gonzo, man. He brings a lot to the table, man. He's just a good guy.
Good morning, Mandy. How are you? Hope
Yeah,
everything is well.
If
Joey
anybody's,
C. once borrowed Sean Dunstan's BMW, crashed it into a fire hydrant. Yes,
I might have. Ross, I might have. I might. I tell you what, though, the only car that I ever got in trouble driving, and that was he went crazy on me. Oh, Castillo, the toes on with Gino Bisconti. Gino Bisconti in the toe. Boy, there's a combination right there. Gino Bisconti and the toe. All I know is I wake up every morning, the toe, another victory for the toe.
Satellite man, I am worthless.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're all worthless, aren't we? At one time.
Yes, I'm worthless. I'm so worthless that I can't read. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I know. It's just terrible. Oh, God, you go, girl. You go.
Look, the real mommy will get you ready, Joey. She has basketball trainers. She'll help you.
I believe that, and she's such a wonderful person. I really am going to go out of my way when we're on the road for us to stop by her. She wants to cook a nice meal. I bet you she could cook in the kitchen. I bet you, man, oh man, I bet you I won't want to leave there for a week, but she made the offer when we were out on the road last time. But when we hit this road trip, we're going in her realm, and we're gonna make sure that happens this time.
God, Ross Dog, how can you say Superman 3 is underrated?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but I'm not gonna say that he's not wrong 100%.
After Superman 2, they just went downhill.
Well, yes. I mean, if you're going to compare it to that, but I think it's still, you got to find the humor in it and really look into it, But I don't think it was Superman 2 or 1, but I wouldn't throw it out the door. I mean, let's put it. You got Godfather 1, you got Godfather 2. A lot of people.
Am I one of the only ones who like Godfather 3?
I loved it. I loved it.
Like, it didn't bother me. I don't know why there was so much hate on it.
See, people were just were stuck in that era from 2. This was 20 or 30 years later. Michael, if you remember Michael's whole game plan is he wanted to legitimize the family from the very beginning. That was his plan when he took over his father. But it didn't happen. It came with a big price. He thought he would have stepped in with his brains and his father's knowledge and his father being his consigliere, that he was just going to go. It was going to go like clockwork. He didn't realize, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. He didn't. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. He didn't really anticipate that it was going to be that difficult. Because why? He made money for those guys. Lots and lots of money. He shared the wealth with all the families. That's something hard to let someone come out of that, because they don't know how the next Godfather is going to be. The next Godfather might say, "I'm going to kill all of you."
Look at the private chat. Just say yay or nay.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Okay. Reload it.
Just as long as he, no.
Did you send Gonzo the link?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, Gonzo's a good guy, but I just bear in mind that he's a very special person to this channel. But yeah, Joey, you're not Italian. All I know is you're Puerto Rican. Hey, Satellite Man,
I am Puerto Rican.
I'm
so what?
I think he's talking to me. He said, Satellite Man said, "You are not an Italian, Joey. We all know you're Puerto." Well, I tell you what, that wouldn't be a bad thing because I grew up with a lot of Puerto Ricans. But unfortunately, I just don't look Puerto Rican at all. I really don't. I look.
No.
I don't look Puerto Rican at all. But if I would be proud and rock that as really proud if I was. So because I got a lot of Puerto Rican friends. So they're good people. They're lazy motherfuckers, but they're good people. You know what I'm saying? They are. My best friend Frankie's Puerto Rican. He's got a house in Puerto Rico. He's got a house in Florida. He's got a house where he's at. But let me tell you something. Lazy motherfucker. I'll tell you right now. Lazy. And they're all big. I know all the big Puerto Ricans. They're big guys. I mean, 380 foot wide and 6'4" or 5. But they're they're loyal friends and they take friendships from the time they meet all the way to death. So you don't have many people when you get up in age that you can say that. I might not see him every year or might not see him for 5 years, but when you do see it, it's like it was you're in the life of a day. Hey, my boy, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Joey C?
What's going on? You know Lou? I think you've been on with Lou before.
Yeah, I met Lou. What's up, Lou?
How you doing? He came on with us on our inaugural Busting Balls when we brought it over here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
We hung out for a while.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Same old, same old. I'm just chilling. I just wanted to sit in, be a third mic.
That sounds good, but you know that I told you whenever you feeling it, man. We love that.
Yeah. I love Catalano TV.
Thank you, brother. We're improving. We're making a lot of improvements.
Whatever I can do, Joey C, to help you.
Thank you, man.
Not that I'm going to help it out, but
No, you do. But do you think we're growing? I mean, just so much.
I don't know. I guess.
I mean, us coming together. I mean, the way we were doing things. My improvements.
I'm Joey's bodyguard.
Yeah.
I think one thing, if I were to say, Joey C, I would say, and I told Shuli this too.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit too many shows.
Okay.
Maybe just like kind of focus on like one or two mainstays, and then.
Well, this is one of them. This is one of them. I don't.
Because what is this? This show isn't even the same show I was on last time, right? It was.
No, that's our afternoon show. We have that.
Yeah, see, it confuses people. I think if you got like the Joey C show every day, then that's pretty much all you need, right? Like Joey C in the morning, Joey C at night.
Well, yeah.
You don't need all these gimmicks, like.
Well, my wife's show, that's been with us since day one. That's the Alpha Shot Lounge almost. So that's her.
Oh yeah,
show.
Alpha
Shot Lounge. That I really try to stay out of that show right away. I just don't let her now. She's like, I mean, I can
that's understandable, but I think the best way. I mean, I'm no program director, so don't listen to me.
Right.
I'm just an idiot. But I think the best way plan of action would be to have like two main shows. Like Joey C in the morning, Joey C at night, and then what do you call it? Alpha Shot Lounge or whatever. Too.
Yeah, well,
But that's just
kinda
my
like,
opinion. I don't know.
no, I agree.
I might be wrong.
The Bustin' Balls thing is something new that Lou and I were doing on his channel, which has really been steady and very good. And do you know? I want to introduce another friend of ours that comes on. Do you know Jim Grindle Gonzo? Do you know him?
No, I don't think I met Jim Grindle before.
Jim just
No. But Gonzo, are you the Gonzo shitcock? I've been asking people this from the Hansy troll days on Howard Stern.
I'm the Gonzo Shitcock from Howard Stern. Yeah, I don't know about the Hansy troll days, but yeah.
You on Howard Stern show? You didn't troll Hansy,
Not really, no.
or like do Hansy calls?
No, I think I was only on with Hansy maybe one time. I never.
All right, then I got to remember because I was trolling Hansy about the Illuminati on the show, and then I swore it was you who either took over when I stopped or vice versa. You know, I thought you either stole from me or I stole from you, but I couldn't remember which.
Yeah, I never really trolled Hansy. I was friendly with Hansy. I never really trolled him.
Well, troll's a loose term these days, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I am the one from the show.
That's definitely him. I can vouch for that. All
right, well, that doesn't help me though because now I have to figure out who the hell it was who picked up the Hansy mantle.
Jim, I learned as we take Geritol as we get older, it's good to reflect and sit on the porch of the retirement home, and you will have that moment. It'll come back to you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I see you walking around the garden of the retirement home. I know you take your daily walks in the garden.
Actually, I'm in the garden of the State Plaza in Paramus, New Jersey.
On his daily walk in the retirement home community, and
there
he is.
This is a highlight of my famous program, Jimmy G's Walk and Talk, my world famous program.
Gonzo, sorry, Jim. Sorry about that. What were you saying to Gonzo?
No, I was saying, do you get along with this guy, or are you guys?
I finally met Jim in person. When I first came on a year ago, I attacked Jim because I was defending my friend. But I think it only lasted a day or two because we both just stopped getting on each other in a way that where he would normally. You know, I just didn't think it. I think it went well. He stopped. He kind of backed off me. I didn't say no more about him. And then we just graciously.
So you guys have a turbulent past.
Well, no, we don't. I don't think we do. Do you? I don't think we really went.
No,
too hard.
I don't think so either, Gonzo. Because like he said, he was defending a friend, so really wasn't truly invested in what he was doing to me. I was just fucking around and taking the jokes everyone was making and making them worse. So I wasn't invested. But Joey, actually, I'm glad you brought this up because I was looking back at some things like the Halloween special from Night Creeps and stuff a year ago. And my Lord, did I say some horrible, horrible things in these jokes. I don't know why I chose Jim to be so horrible. I don't know, but I did. And I stick to it, you know, when I make these dumb choices, but holy shit. Some of those were some very, very horrible jokes, and I sincerely apologize, Joseph Catalano.
Thank you, Jim. You know, I think the message could go out that the apologies for Catalano TV itself, but hey, like I said, I met you. I'm sorry I didn't go the next day and get to have lunch with you. But we will.
You missed out on a picnic basket. I had a whole. I had 2 charcuteries. There was those giardinias, those with the rice and the little sesame sticks and all those things. There was Reese's. There was $100 bill.
Oh, he's killing me. He's killing me.
Hey, Joey, I've known Jim for 13 years and haven't met him in person, and you've done something I haven't yet.
Yeah,
I'm all about Gonzo. I'm all about. I'm just trying to be at peace with everybody. I know I can't put everybody together and everybody to like each other, but at least I could try to bring peace amongst this time and ages. These wars are getting crazy in this Dabbleverse. The hatred is getting terrible, and I just can't. I don't want to be a part of any hate.
I'm with you, Joey. See, I'm the same way. I'm sick of. I've been fighting with people on the internet. It's just like, what's the point? After a while.
Yeah.
you know, I'm an old man now. It's just like
Me too.
You know, what do I got to fighting with people for?
Yeah, but doesn't it make you sick though when you finally get done with the all day and the people, and then you're just reflecting and you're making your meal? Or,
and then on top of that too, Joey, another point, you don't have to like the people that you make up.
Right, you don't have to.
And you can even tell them blatantly, like, I don't like you, but as long as you know you guys both agree.
But you can respect people, and they can respect.
Yeah,
back,
respect. That's all. That's what it's all about. Respect.
And if you blossom to a friendship with that person, and all of a sudden you do see something that you missed or he missed in you, or vice versa, and you say, you know what, man, just think if I would have felt this about us a year ago, this could have been a really good friendship. So I'm just like this. I give everybody benefit of the doubt in today's age how I want to proceed.
Yeah, but Joey, see, you've always been. I know you've had fights with like Shuli and other people.
Right, I have.
But you and I, we've always got along. I think because we're kind of the same, you know. Right. It's like as long as you respect me, I'll respect you, and
of course.
Maybe that's an Italian thing. I'm not Italian. I'm Mexican, but
I think it's also a thing that if I'm wrong, I come out and I'll apologize and I'll tell you, listen.
Same here, yeah, same.
I was 100% wrong. You did nothing wrong.
I'm no Aaron Imholt. I'll admit.
No. I'm not a hypocrite. Yeah. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not a hypocrite.
And you see, Joey, that's what I did. I was wrong, and I apologized. So let's give me more credit.
All right, everybody. Let's.
My thumb's not in the frame.
Good job, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah, Joey, your show's blowing up, Joey. See, we got all these.
We're trying
callers and stuff.
We're trying.
How many live viewers do you have right now?
40. What I'm seeing.
40.
Oh,
shit, yeah. We've peaked at 48 so far.
48. We peaked at 48, but the Alpha Shot Launch peaked at 115.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Joey. See, back in the day, I remember I would watch you, and it would just be like me watching.
Yeah.
Like
Joseph Samuel is the great unifier.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Charles. Dr. Charles, one of the people that've been with me. He don't get to come out too much and hang out with us in the chat room. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's actually doing him and Chad Zumacher doing a show together. I mean, Dr. Chow.
Oh, Dr. Chow.
Yeah, he's got something going with the Mud Shark, and the Mud Shark don't like me, and I'm sure Dr. Chow is. I don't even have to I could say this. I'm sure Dr. Chow has probably tried to convince the Mud Shark I'm a good guy.
Well, I think Joey, see, my advice to you, not that I'm anybody to give advice, but I think as long as you just don't worry about what everybody else is doing,
right,
just do your own thing,
right,
and then the rest will come.
That's
don't worry about if Dr. Chow likes you or not, or if Carl likes you or not.
Right, you're right, and and that was my biggest overcome is, and I think Shuli said it best about 8 months ago.
Just be yourself.
Right. Shuli made a statement several times on the show, in the BS show. I don't know if you remember. A lot of people would be in the chat saying, "Shuli, what do you waste your time on this loser? Well, this guy brings nothing. He's horrible. And Shuli always said this. He said, "Nah, you guys are so wrong." Joey C. and Bob stood up and said this a couple times. Joey C. is a great dude. You look at his eyes, you see no lying. You see nothing but a guy that's got a lot of truth. But Joey C. just wants to be everybody's friend. That's what Bob said. He wants to be the guy that's good bear that everybody could say, "Man, we got a little Joey C."
Well, Joey C. When I fell in love with you, Joey C. Not in a gay way, but
yeah.
I was
right.
I used to take long walks, and I was walking along the river in my hometown, and this was like the middle of the day, my lunch break.
Yeah, and
I heard it must have been Shuli's show.
Yes.
Or no, it was Kevin Brennan's show. Sorry, it was Kevin Brennan's show. And they thought that you died.
Oh,
you were supposed to be on, and they couldn't get a hold of you. And then they finally got. And I was like, "What's up with this guy?" And I did kind of remember you from Twitter because you would say crazy shit to Shuli.
Yeah.
And then you came on and you just told your whole life story.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like this guy. I'm riding with this guy. Like that's my kind of dude. So, ever since.
I'll never forget that morning.
And then remember, Bob Levy was like, "Imagine this is his one break, and he's dead. He's died. He's dead."
No, that was Brennan. Brennan said that. Brennan, I drove Brennan fucking nuts. And like I said,
that wasn't Brennan and what's his name? We're still friends.
Who are Brennan? Who?
Bob Levy. Bob
I
Levy
don't know.
was on the show back then.
Yeah, it was Bob Levy was on the show. But I mean, I was back and forth with Shuli, and Bob like immediately took a liking to me, and when I don't know, I was so pissed at Shuli.
Brandon liked you too.
Well, I think I think he still does, but Brennan, I tell you what,
He's
people
just
don't realize,
he's just very abrasive.
but people don't realize Brennan talking bad about me and he did it. I think he went straight. There was a time he went almost 2 straight months that he mentioned me somewhere in his show, but I used to fuel him. My timing to go to Brennan was perfect. I mean, here I am. I'm fighting with Shuli. He's at war.
But I think Brennan always liked you, though.
He did. I believe he did.
What about the Melton feud? Because Melton went after you like relentlessly.
Well, Melton went after me because
he did. He had like your daughter on the. Like,
yeah. He made a lot of money off that picture. I heard he made like $6,000 in squares.
So you guys went from that to making up and everything was cool.
Well, no, here Melton. You know, he's one guy that really fooled me.
I mean, I do think Melton's hilarious. He's like one of my favorite podcasts.
I think he's one.
I didn't like the daughter stuff, but
right.
But you can't like everything.
But I think he's brilliant when it comes to doing a podcast. You know.
Yeah, he's great. But so you guys, did you guys squash that? Did you talk to him?
Pretty much. I mean, he's especially the last when I saw him at the DabbleCon too.
He seems like a normal guy. Like
normal.
He does crazy shit, but I think he seems very pragmatic. You know, like
it's all an act. I'm telling you, everything Patrick Melton does.
Yeah, and I think if you talk to him, like he would probably not do your thing again.
He doesn't like my wife. He does not like me. He says she's very.
He doesn't like your wife.
Well, someone sent me a message. Says Patrick said that he really got to know you and thinks you're a really cool guy, but please keep your wife away from me. And I thought they were kidding. I love she's the most annoying person, and she's not like that. If you take 299 people, they'll say, "God, they couldn't wait to talk to her. She's just so lovely." But I
That's
think
a good idea, Pineapple.
He might just be trolling you with that joke.
I think she was prowling at him purposely.
Yeah, well, I've only met Mrs. C a couple times on online, and she seems very lovely.
She is.
So,
she did. I think she was at it purposely. You know.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm getting loud now. I'm gonna leave you. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day.
Have a great walk.
It was nice meeting you.
You too, Mr. Shitcock. Everybody have a good day.
You too, Jim. And enjoy that walk. Bye. Bye, my friend. Bye.
All right. So Pineapple wants to read this, Joey.
Make it
Joey. We're crying out loud. Get a tin can of beans.
Get out.
Bye, Jim.
Every super chat you take a chug of cold beans.
Oh, get out of here. What do you... I'm going to tell you what. If you want to do this, you better send $10 plus freaking... I'll get...
I think it's a good way to incentivize.
Yeah. But then I'm going to fart. But
get yourself a nice can of baked beans because those will be...
I like baked beans. Baked beans are...
They'll be edible, cold.
Yeah.
Get you a nice tall one,
Yeah.
Boom.
We could do that. But we got to listen to me.
Every $10 super chat, you take a spoonful.
See, when you guys treat me like Stuttering John, and you just troll me with $2 super chats to bounce on me, you start building my reputation to be like Stuttering John. We will kill that right now.
Stuttering John lately?
I haven't talked to him. He's got me blocked every possible way possible. He won't go in my realm. Let me tell you something. John is deeply, deeply afraid of really getting with me in face to face. Because
can we talk about this guy? What an asshole, right? Like he's
just asshole. He's a jerk off.
I was talking to some friends last night about how when I was a kid growing up, I idolized Stuttering John.
I did too.
I thought he was so cool and looked up to him, and then you get to know him, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's like a piece of shit.
Well, how was it for you? How young were you?
Eggplant. So you can.
How young were you when you got into the Stuttering John? Anzo, how young were you? How young were you when you first discovered Stuttering John?
Oh, when I first discovered him, it's a funny story, Joey. When I was like maybe 11 or 12, I called into the Howard Stern show.
I think I remember that.
I had a bit that I wanted to do.
Right.
So John answered, and I was like, "Hey, I want to do," and then he was like, "You sound like a fucking child," and he hung up on me. So then that was my
Really?
Stuttering John. So I guess I should have known that he was an asshole.
Yeah,
But I had
you know,
I had a whole bit set up that I wanted to do. But
yeah. Do you remember that bit?
Yeah, it was like lesbian stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's outdated now.
Well, people are asking who you are.
I'm not Stuttering John.
Right. People are asking right now, who's this guy? Let me
Oh, really? People in the chat?
Let me educate you a little bit. Gonzo Shitcock is a legend. Legend.
No, I'm not a legend.
No, you are. A man that called in the Stern Show, Howard made his name known. He was a Stuttering John guy.
I'm just a Howard Stern fan. That's all.
He's big Howard Stern fan. But he's also, do you mind if I say this? He's the ex-boyfriend. You don't mind if I say this?
Oh, of Elisa, yeah.
Of Elisa Jordana in her prime and his prime. So he had the
That was a long time.
He might have had the not so crazy vile Elisa Jordana when she was a young, still learning kind of stage. Well, she could be very vile. She could.
Is that the one that got arrested for beating that dude up in the car?
Yeah, the one of the best IRL streamer in the business. That's her. You know, you want to make money, learn from her because she does it right. That's about a man, you know. But if you're a woman,
well, yeah, you know, Joey. She was talking about how much money she made the other day, and she said she made $1.3 million last year.
Well, she had one guy that gave her a million. How much did that guy actually? How much did that one guy actually give her? Was it 1 million or 2 million?
I don't know. I can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that guy's very litigious, but she made $1.3 million. You know.
I know. I watched people send her $25,000. She was ching ching when how she has it set up. 10,000, 5,000. In one day, she had like.
I mean, if Elisa can make 1.3, you can make 3.1, Joey.
Well, I mean, I don't listen. I don't down women. She's got something on her body that I don't have, and a lot of men are dogs, so they're in heat. You understand? So I don't unless I get a lot of men that are into men and maybe that like me. But see, I'm old and fat now, so I don't know if that would work. In my prime, if this was around, I would have every single transgender tail me wanting to get this ass, and I probably would make a lot of money, you know, because I would have played that to the T, you know. Now I'm a fat. I'm a Santa Claus kind of love
you're a good looking guy, Joey.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But my wife says that she goes, "Why do you sell your shoes? You're very distinguished. You're very good looking." I go, "But if I could just lose,
you are.
Do it." She says, "Then lose the damn weight and do it." Then I don't care about it.
God, someone else said it.
How old are you, Joey?
I'll be 59 this year. A couple more months.
Yeah, see, I'm almost gonna be 40 in the next couple years, and I feel like once you get to that age, as long as you're not fat and you have most of your hair, I think it's fine.
Well, I got all my hair. It's real.
Luckily,
yeah, you got good hair.
Good hair.
I'm losing my hair, but I still have most of it.
But you were a pretty good looking guy back then. I've seen pictures of you and Lisa. You were a pretty good looking dude, man. You were a dapper dude, man.
I'm still good looking, Joey. See,
there you go. There you go. I haven't seen you in years. I haven't seen a recent photo of you.
I'll send you a photo.
But you always what my biggest thing with you is when I saw how kind you were to some of the whack packers and how you tried how you just tried so many. But Eric was probably your biggest, toughest thing to be. He's hard to be a friend to, you know.
But we were friends, though.
Yes, you were.
Friends. We talked off the show, and
let me tell you something.
That's why I don't like when people say like I killed him, because
no, you did.
That was my friend. Like we actually,
you were friends. I remember a show you guys started.
People don't know that, but
I think you were
not a fan.
Producing it. But he also, I remember that one time he was on air and he goes, Vinny, don't do it, Vinny, don't do it. I swear to God, I'll kill you, Vinny. I don't know if you remember that moment.
Are you talking about High Pitch?
Yeah, High Pitch. He was.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Eric the actor.
No, but Eric the actor, we know how much you did for him. But I'm talking about High Pitch, your little on and off relationship with him. He is difficult. He comes to Dabicon and he stands up in the middle of the crowd.
You met him, right, Joe?
Yes. Finally, I lived, breathed, and I did everything was about High Pitch Eric for me with the Howard Stern Show. I just couldn't get enough of him. But I got pissed at him. I would go on and make videos and hope he'd come back at me. I've got his number. I called him on Facebook Messenger once.
Joey C.
Joey C. Who is
How
this?
are you?
I'll fucking block you, you cocksucker. I'll fucking call the cops on you, you motherfucker. You know, and he.
Well, Eric does when Eric does that too. That's kind of like a rite of passage. Like Eric's starting to kill me maybe
Oh,
100,000 times.
At least.
So that's my brother. Like I love him. Like so,
I do too.
Yeah.
He came to Dablecon. He stood up in the middle of the crowd after Bob asked me to stand up and everybody was cheering me on. He stands up about a minute after and he yells, "Joey C, I love you. I love you, Joey C." You hear him in the background.
I love you, Joey C.
Yeah, and he brings me on stage at the end. He gets Shuli to bring him up there, and he goes, "You got to pay me $200. Vince didn't pay me. It's your responsibility." And everybody's like, "There's Eric and Joey C on the stage. What's this about? No?" Everybody wanted to know what he brought me on. Shuli grabbed the mic and said, "Get the Eric, go out to the fucking lobby. Get out of here."
Did you pay him anything, Joey C?
I paid him $100. I did.
Oh my god! Just tell him no. Like he just tests. He does that to test you.
I paid him $100. I felt that okay. You know what? Vince,
I mean, I love High Pitch. I don't want to take away money from him, but
no.
When he
what?
tries to do that, just tell him no.
Well, that won't happen again because if I ask him to come on and I have an agreement with him, of course I'm going to pay him. But I felt that
there was no contract.
No, and I had nothing to do with it. Vince brought him on, and Vince right on air. But High Pitch was very aggressive with Vince that day. He threatened Vince that day.
Yeah, no, you guys legally had no contract.
I had nothing with him, but I showed him I'm a righteous guy. I'm not only a longtime fan of yours, but I thought about it. And everybody voted no not to give him $1. Shuli told me, don't give him $1. Do not give him any money.
What I'm with Shuli. Yeah, because then Eric's gonna expect.
Right.
That's why, because I was wondering why you guys were being so weird last time when Eric wanted to come on.
I sent it to him.
Don't give him any money, and I was like, what are you talking about?
I sent it to him like I kept my word because Tuesday morning, bright and early, he's there. It's Tuesday. I don't got no money. Right. I go, Eric. Tuesday goes to midnight. I haven't even got paid for you two yet. And he didn't say nothing. I sent it to him. I give him a little note. He doesn't even write me back. Doesn't call me. Doesn't say, "You motherfucker, you showed me $100." No, he didn't even say, "Well, thank you for being a stand-up guy." I haven't heard a word from him. He got that $100 and he was gone out of my life. So that's fine.
Well, I love Eric. I mean, sometimes he can be, a little standoffish like that.
Yeah, but I still want to be always.
But he's deep down inside, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
That's my brother.
He's a big dude, man. He's a strong dude.
Did you guys do your show yet?
Me and High Pitch?
Yeah, he's talking about doing the show on a Saturday.
Nah, I think we might do it this Saturday.
Are you guys doing one this Saturday?
Maybe, I don't know. Can we do it through Catalano TV?
Absolutely.
All right, because we can't do it ourselves because
you just got to you know the rules that things that can't you got to why you police them, and I could probably
threaten to kill minority.
Yeah, he can't do that. Not being monetized. We would you almost got to do a thing like this. Here's it. You got to tell them you're live, but just broadcast it. I mean, just tape.
No, I think that would be good for Catalana TV and for me and High Pitch.
I think so, but
you already got viewers.
Yeah,
you already got subscribers.
But do you think he really brings it anymore? Because a lot of people didn't care to even meet him.
I think I don't want to sound braggadocious, but I think when High Pitch and I are together, we always it's always fun. Yeah,
but you know how to bring the best out of you know how to bring the best out of him. Same with Vince.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. It's just
Gaseous is Gonzo.
I just know him, so I know like what to ask him and what to talk.
Have you seen anything Hackwright has been doing with unboxing Eric? Have you got to see anything?
No. Oh, Hackwright.
Yeah, he does a whole. He's a big.
The guy that he dresses like the devil and stuff.
Yeah. He's been doing a big tribute to Eric the actor.
Eric High Pitcher.
No, Eric the actor. Not High Pitch. He's not a High Pitch fan.
No, I'll take a look at it, Joey.
I think he told you. I think we talked about this last time, where he came on and said something.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah.
So if I really Hackwright on YouTube, I can find it.
Yeah, you go to Hackwright Studios. He brought Eric back to life. He brought Eric back to life. It might be a touchy moment for you. I mean that in a really good way.
Well, yeah, a lot of people started listening to Eric the actor over the pandemic. I think he got
better late than never.
He brought him back to life. Eric's on screen with his voice and everything. I mean, he's that good at Hackwright.
All right, well, I'm gonna check out Hackwright.
So has Hackwright contacted you, Gonzo, to be on the Unboxing Eric show?
No, but I did tell him because I think when I was on Joey C's show last time, I told Hackwright I would be on it if he wants me.
Yeah. They didn't
Just
reach out to you.
tweet me out on my Twitter account, Gonzo Shitcock. So yeah, if
I'll
anybody-
get the message to him, but he disowned all of us. He
Oh,
he,
really?
he defriended
Oh.
all of us because of somebody he
Well,
don't
then
like.
why am I gonna? Why do you want me to?
Well, because he's a good guy. You know what? I understand where his frustration is.
Wait,
I
what was
think
he
he-
mad? You guys
Well-
why you guys get frustrated about?
He just sent a friendly DM to me. I could no longer associate with anybody that's going to associate with this certain person.
What?
I call-
ESO, right? The
No,
Chomo?
nothing to do with that.
Okay.
He has a
that was
hang-up with-
that was crazy, right, Joey?
That was crazy. That was all.
Oh my god.
I talked to Shuli a couple times this week, and I don't want to.
I haven't even talked to Shuli yet about it.
I don't want to ask the wrong question, but
Morning,
I-
Jason.
he was cool with me because he goes, listen, you're one of my friends. He said, just know. I go, I just want you to know that. It never,
I don't
ever,
want
ever
to bring
came.
attention to it.
Yeah.
But it's fucking disgusting. But
It's disgusting. And I just want to assure him that I'm on his team, and I know for without a doubt I could look at
yeah,
anybody.
Shuli didn't know.
Know nothing about that guy.
You think
Nothing.
if Shuli knew, he'd be cool with it. Come on.
Shuli would not have. Shuli's a good family man. He's a great guy, man. A great friend. He's just his timing when he knows you're down and out to call you and pick up that phone. And
Nah,
just-
Shuli's always been really cool.
Well,
Great
God
guy.
damn it, why didn't Shuli call you yesterday?
Oh, I talked to him yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
No,
I
while
just
we
was-
were streaming.
I was just in a. I was just. and
Joey was in a funk.
I'm just my.
Oh yeah, what's going
I'm
on?
in my
Joey?
feelings so much
Okay?
that I just wanted. I was like, you know what? I was just down on myself yesterday. I was
Yeah.
beating myself.
You know what,
up,
Joey? See, I was kind of in the same mood yesterday too.
I just.
We all get like that.
Well, I did a pre-recorded interview with a great show, a new person in the Davenport, Eco
This
Pineapple.
gentleman right here.
He's
the
in the chat.
pineapple.
Wonderful human being. At least the pineapple is. I don't know.
What made you get down about yourself?
Well, because he did a deep dive interview with me with some questions that just hit home and some subjects that just and I'm glad. I'm okay with that happening because if I didn't, I wouldn't have did it. I already expected what people were going to ask, but the way he handled it and how he let me adjust, and he even said, "I'll stop. You want to stop here for a minute?" And he was very compassionate. But
Well,
I don't know.
The thing I love about you, Joey, is you are very sensitive.
I am.
I can always tell that about you. Like you,
I'm not afraid to cry on screen.
You
I'm not
love-
afraid.
but
I'm not
you love hard, and you
Yes, I
you
do.
hate hard too.
What the fuck is that?
I'm split down the middle. In my life,
Yeah.
there's nobody could say he's okay. Here's my
Nah.
whole life with people. They either hated me purely bad, or they love me. There's no in between with me.
Yeah.
I
Well,
either got
I
all
love.
love or all hate.
Well, you got my love, Joyce. I've always
Thank
loved you, Joyce.
Thank you, brother.
And
Thank you.
I do love that passion. Like, listen, we all live hard lives. Everybody,
have.
nobody knows what everyone's going through.
That's right.
I learned that in therapy.
You're
But
right.
but we don't all know what other people are going through.
Right.
So
The biggest thing in prison, Gonzo. The biggest thing about when you're in prison is when a guy comes out of his cell or out of his,
like
and he's an asshole, and he's just really being a guy that you want to just clock. Our
Yeah.
policy here is, wait a minute, nobody knows what he's going through. Did he just get off the phone and his wife said she's divorcing him?
exactly, yeah.
You don't know.
See, yeah. So
Because-
people treat you like shit sometimes in life, and you just got to be like, maybe
gotta
this
just-
guy is like, maybe his wife just said, "I'm divorcing you," or maybe
Right.
like there's a lot of things. So I just
Yeah.
I just try to not be confrontational.
Right.
But if a motherfucker gets in my face, then yeah,
Right. That's a different story.
I'm down to fight.
Right.
I love it. I would love to fight.
Me too.
But,
I like it too.
but I, if unless it's warranted, I'm not.
Right.
I'm
I
very-
never started too many fights in my life. I tell you
Yeah,
that right now.
I've never started one fight. in my
Never.
life, ever.
Never.
I love people, but I've been in fights because people
I've been yeah.
invade your space. But I'm with you, Joey. So you're right. Like you don't know what these people are going through shit.
Oh no. And I learned
Whatever you
that.
can do to avoid conflict,
stage,
I'm
yeah.
all about that.
I never understood guys that would just they'd be out with their families and someone would really provoke them and these are smart men. I would think in my mind, what a pussy. But then I thought about it. That man did the right choice. Why does he want to let some jerk off who this man probably could tear the fuck up and let his little kids see that or do this and disrespect his wife? And those are the guys that I would always get mad at and say, "Come on," and they were like, "No, man." I understand it, but I also know guys that are like that will never do anything in front of their children, right? And those guys were called gangsters. And if you ever went out in public and you saw a gangster that was with his family, and you didn't know he was a gangster, and he would just give you that little look,
Oh
smile,
yeah, you're
I
mafioso.
promise
You got
you,
mafioso ties.
I promise you, 3 or 4 hours down the road later, you're probably gone because he's going to take his family home. Tells his wife, "I'll be back. I go take care of a little business." He's going to go back to that area, find out where you are, especially if it was a bar or a restaurant. He's going to wait outside till you come out. He's going to slip.
Yeah,
He's
he's
going to
gonna-
take you in the trunk, and you're gone. And I promise you
Is that true, Joycey?
that's true.
I was just talking to my friend last night about. Well, actually, no. I probably shouldn't say this. This is all mafia stuff.
That's all right. You don't have to say names. You know,
No, that's
it's
okay.
Serials, you
I
know?
can't say without saying names. But Leah knows. Leah's
Yeah. You know,
but no, you're right, Joyce. Yeah, like those mafia guys are.
let me tell you something. They're so psychopath. They're so fucking sociopath. I've been in the
they're fucking crazy. They're crazy.
and you know what? And don't get me. You think they're small? Some of them are real small. They're strong as a fucking ox. They're fucking fit. These guys are fucking like, and the bigger ones, the guys that are really big, those guys get a hold of you. They'll fucking crush you with one fucking.
Did you ever know Johnny Frado, Joyce?
I know. There's a Johnny Frado from Chicago that one brother was a gangster, and I knew the brother that wasn't a gangster.
They stole the space shuttle. His dad stole the space shuttle. But you ever hear that on the Howard Stern show?
No, but Casey Armstrong is really good friends with. He had Johnny Frado on.
Yeah. Casey Armstrong used to work for Johnny Frado.
But isn't he running for public office now? The son.
Well, Johnny Frado's dead. But no, yeah, I know his son.
The son, I mean.
Yeah, that's right. No, you're right, Joyce. Yeah, his son, I think, is
running for some kind of office in politics.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Casey Armstrong worked for Johnny Frado for a while.
Yeah, for a long time. Casey raved about it. Like he was telling Shuli the other day, you got to get Johnny Frado. Get my number. Tell me, well, I'm on. Casey behind the scenes has told me a lot of great things.
Johnny Frado Sr. was amazing.
What? Amazing guy, according to what Casey told me. Amazing man. And Casey Armstrong looked at him like almost like a dad figure. But that's how much Frado liked Casey Armstrong. I mean,
well, I don't want to say too much on this, but yeah, Johnny Frado, I would talk to all the time. He would invite me to his house in Beverly Hills. He was a very nice guy.
I heard a lot of great things about him. I wish I could have met the man, but he was pretty bold. He was pretty vulgar, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was scary, but he was
scary. Yeah,
pretty cool.
I was around guys like that, but Johnny No-Nos DeFranzo, who became one of the outfit bosses.
Yeah.
Now Johnny No-Nos, he was a mean capo. He was a captain. He was a street boss. In Chicago, there's way different terminologies from New York. They use forget about it in New York. We use fucking jag off in Chicago. They have the ceremony in New York with the burning of the. They don't do that in Chicago. They don't have that kind of ceremony. They don't do the traditional ceremony. You become a made guy. You become a made guy. It's just nothing like the New York ceremony. New York ceremony is way out there. They go and they get all the guys together. They wear the suit. You burn the saint in your hand. You say, they don't do that. They're not called they're called the outfit in Chicago. But Johnny No-Nos DeFranzo was a pretty mean guy. No tolerance. You owed him money. You didn't pay him. You got bones broken. I knew his son really well. He was a crackhead like me. And I mean, it's facts. But he was crazy. I remember one night out with Johnny Jr. and he goes, "You got to come with me." I go, "What?" I'm locked. I'm like, I'm fucking dazed on fucking cocaine. I'm fucking stuck. He said, "Come on. My wife's at home. She's sucking a big black cock. I'm telling you, you got to go see it." And I'm like, now this is all, let me tell you, all delusional. He gets you to his friend of his house. He'd be in the gangway of his house, peeking through the window. The woman would be sitting there sewing something or fucking cooking dinner for the kids. And he was like, "You see her? She's sucking it." And you almost, if you didn't agree with him, because he was twice as crazy as his father. And his father loved him. But his father hated drugs. When he overdosed, I'll never forget this. Now, I only had met his father briefly when he stopped by his dad's house, and I was in the car. I drove him. His dad came down, and he introduced me. And I got to look like, if you're bringing drugs to my son, I'm going to kill you. that kind of look. You know what I'm saying? And I knew who he was when
Yep.
he when the man what happened to Gonzo? He's gone. What
We
happened?
lost him for a
We
second.
lost Bam. But I'm going to tell Gonzo when he comes back. Gonzo, I think you got to come back in and out. We lost you. When he overdosed.
Got a new member, Joe.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. What's his name? 2 cookies for a write out. Thank you. 2 cookies for a write out. Thank you. Here comes Gonzo back. So Gonzo, you back?
Sorry,
Here we go.
just yeah, I was
It's okay.
listening to everything you were saying.
So
Sorry.
so he dies. He overdosed. They get the phone call that they found him on the street. He died. And like I said, when I met, I took him because I got to go to my dad's house because he's trying to get money for his dad, and his dad would do anything for him, but he did not condone the drugs. So when his dad came out, and I mean, we went through a gate. He had to buzz himself in, and it's me, Dad, and of course, it's surrounded by guys that everywhere. It's just everywhere, bodyguards. His dad come out to the door, and he just gave me a look like, "Who are you?" Like about you, one of these drug addicts. My son hangs out. I was petrified to death because I knew his reputation, but he knew.
Yeah, those guys are scary, man.
He knew that I, who I knew in there. So but he was already long dead. But he just gave me that look. Like I'm like, oh my god. The look he gave me was like, if I catch you giving my son any drugs, I'm gonna kill you.
So Joey, is the Catalano? Are the Catalanos kind of? Are you guys heavyweights in the mafioso?
My brother would be the person that would be at one time was.
I always make fun. I feel bad. Joey.
In Sicily, Catalanos are very big, very big. In Sicily, Catalano name is very big in Sicily.
Okay, I have to be honest, Joey. See, I always make fun of the Italians because they say that
That's okay.
They're a bunch of dumb criminals.
Yep, they are.
But I'm Mexican, so
I know that. I know this. But
yeah, at least you guys have like cool, like you guys have like a cool culture. Mexicans, we like we don't have any cool like.
But you want to know something about you guys? I respect Mexicans. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of them that come over from Mexico to our country. They don't freeload. They work. They don't come here.
We're hard workers. That's right.
Hard-working people. They don't freeload in the welfare system.
I've had a job since I was 12 years old, Joey.
Exactly. So I mean, if we would shut down this country if we didn't have them here.
Joey, when I was in 7th grade, I asked my mom if I can get back to school clothes.
Right.
And she said, "Mijo, you need to get a job." I was 12 years old.
I was the same age as you.
So I got a lawnmower and I started mowing lawns.
I did that. I had a lawnmower too. I had a busted one.
But I'm so grateful that my mom did that because
me too.
My friends, all their moms just bought them
anything they wanted. Now you're 40, right? You said you're 40.
I'm 38.
So you were. So I don't think Chuck Taylors were my day. Converse.
No, I got him like I have a few Chuck Taylor.
They were the shit though. The new colors coming out announced, and mom was like,
that's like your era. Yeah.
I used to shovel snow for all the old ladies. I used to cut grass, a shoe shine. I used to go Christmas caroling door to door during December to hustle money.
Yeah, that's why I respect you, Joyce.
Thank
you. Work for your money.
When a big snowstorm hit, I would tell my mom, "Oh, it's 8 o'clock. A lot of snow out there. I'm gonna go ring doorbells and do Christmas carol." That's what I did.
Not like Aaron Imholt who says we gotta hit the school.
I mean, those I don't know. I don't know about him. I'm not gonna say bad about it, man.
Have you seen those updates, Joey?
I just heard that he got something.
Troy,
look
behind me.
Look behind me.
The irony is he was talking shit about his wife, his ex-wife. That was
she's a whore. I mean, let's face it, she's a fucking drug whore.
Well, I mean, I don't like talking about women like that. But
I don't either. But she is though. She puts it out there.
I do say so. But Aaron was. I just don't like how he talks about his ex-wife. It's like you married.
I agree. You shouldn't bring your dirty laundry to the show.
Even if you married like the worst bitch on the planet, like don't. You shouldn't like talk down on her.
Do you think she's all that? Like everybody builds her up to? Because my wife is like, she ain't all that.
I don't think white chick.
Isn't he the one going to jail?
Probably.
Maybe, yeah.
For the revenge porn and all that. I mean, I hope he's got his ass.
Yeah, the revenge. So he got charged with revenge porn the day that he was making fun of his ex-wife for being in Zoom.
So what did he do? He sent pictures of himself. I heard part of it.
He sent pictures of Kayla Ricada to Gino Bisconte.
So because he did that's a charge?
That's a violation of
his term
Minnesota state law, yeah.
Minnesota state law.
You're sharing nudes without her consent.
And it's also a federal violation. But I don't
The
think
feds didn't pick it up though. Have the feds picked it up?
No, it's a state charge.
Is this just Minnesota? This ain't a state to state law, is it?
Yeah, no, it is. They have different laws. Each.
Well, laws change so much every day, you know. And I know that it's.
Well, no, there's a federal law, Joey, of you can't.
Revenge porn, I think, is federal.
Revenge porn is a federal law that was passed.
Well, there's a lot of people that they got to start investigating because I know a lot of people in this world send nude pictures of people all over the place.
Yeah,
Remember,
but
the law
but
just
Aaron
went into
Nimholt
effect
did it.
not too long ago,
Aaron
and the
Nimholt
person
did it.
has to know about it.
Okay.
And Aaron Nimholt did it like an idiot. He did it to a lawyer's wife on
that's right.
live
That's right.
stream.
I forgot he was a lawyer. That's right.
You gotta be a fucking idiot to like.
Yeah, you are an idiot. Oh, Aaron.
This girl's husband is a lawyer, and you're sending it on the internet. It's like
I'm gonna make my first statement of steel toe then. Steel toe. I don't go in your realm. I don't know nothing about you. I know that you're a fucking big grifter like me, so I'm learning how to fucking get the gold done. Thank you for teaching me that. I learned it from you. But you are a fucking idiot if that's what you did.
I'm really dumb.
Joey C is telling you you're a fucking idiot. If you want to rebuttal on it, that's the only thing I'm gonna tell you. That you're an idiot if you did that.
And antagonizing a lawyer, like why? Like what kind of fucking idiot? Like this guy's life is, he's a lawyer. Like so why would you antagonize him over and over?
Lawyers are professional trolls. I would
like
exactly.
Yeah, it's like I don't want no smoke from any lawyer.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going to make a comment, Gonzo. I'm not going to talk about Aaron Nimmo because I don't know enough. But I will after learning this. And this is pretty much basic. I knew what was basic with that. Now I know the full deal. I ain't going to talk about him talking about his ex-wife. I'm not going to talk about the fact that his kids had drugs in their fucking system and in their hair. I'm not going to talk about none of that shit. What I'm going to talk about is I don't know you. I've always been respectful. I went in your chat room 3 times since I've been on the air. Said, hello, Mr. Steel. He never acknowledged me. One time he did. Hey, we got Joey C here. I sent him $1 on I did send him $1 last week on
well, that just shows you, Joey, how dumb he is. Like if he was a smart businessman, he would have Joey C on the show every day.
Never had me on. Never asked me. Never said nothing.
Good.
I never heard him talk about me.
You don't want to be on that fucking show.
But here we go. I hope that it got clipped. I hope it's sitting on your desk right now. You're a fucking idiot.
Someone's going to
listen. I don't hate
stretch out his asshole.
I don't like the accusations that he beat his wife, and I don't like people.
Okay, Deadpool just clarified. Nick's kid did, not Aaron.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. I take that back. I retract that. It was Nick's kids in there. See, I didn't know. I thought it was your kid, but you swapped wives. I do think they did that. I believe I heard some of that. Basically, I think that. If you want to think of it, he was
that's some white trash shit.
That's a pimp thing. I think you get a fantasy of being a pimp. You throw your wife to the wolves and you pimp your wife out. But I never.
This is just not being in love with your wife.
That's correct. I say that all the time.
Can you imagine Joey C. Swapping your wife out with some other dude?
It's funny you said that.
Hey, you want to be a swinger? Be a swinger.
Yeah, but don't tell me you love your wife. That you when you go to that realm.
Exactly. Thank you. If you love your
wife and
no
have an
fucking
open
way.
relation.
No fucking
there's
way.
people out there that are madly in love with their other partners.
I think that's all front. I think that's all front. You want to know why? I dabbled in the fucking swingers community. I know a lot about it. Not with my wife. Not with my wife here. Not with none of my wife. But I'll tell you right now. I did a study on them, and I got to meet some of these people. They're sick fucking people. They're sick individuals. That you let another man fucking bang your wife, and you sit there and you get off on it. That's not love. There's no
Joey C. What happened?
No pineapple. You're not going nowhere.
Well, back in the early 2000, back in 2000,
the early
2010 in Oklahoma, the Bible Belt of the country. I didn't understand. I met some people that came out to the ballpark that invited me one day to their home. I had a party. They didn't tell me what the party was about. So we went to this party. And we're at the pool. We're at the pool. And I'm just enjoying ourselves. And my friend goes, man, I just went in the bathroom.
He's elaborating.
And my friend goes, I was with Big Frank. Frank goes, man, there's a whole fucking bunch of people hanging around this room over there. This guy's fucking this girl. And I'm like, what? So Frank goes, you got it. I'm telling you. So he goes, and then all of a sudden, this B-list actress was in the pool with her husband, and they start going at it. And then once they initiate all these couples, I'm like, what the fuck are we at here? And the guy goes, well, aren't you going to join
That's
in?
just a giant orgy so far.
I join in what?
So
I go, I thought I was at a, he goes, this is a fucking swingers party, dude. I told Frank, let's get the fuck out of here. We got to go, man. And Frank
maybe I'm old school, Joey C, but I don't like
I did not like to see someone.
when
Okay, you want to do intimacy with your wife, and then you want to do a public exploit. Okay, maybe that I could say, okay, fine. But then when I watched, I had to find out more about this. So I went to Vegas and I went to a club one night, and I went to this club, and I watched the guy hand out condoms, and all these people were in bathrobes, and they were fucking through this line, and his girlfriend's fantasy was to fuck 100 guys in one night. And the guy was holding her hand while she's taking all these cocks in on this big round love bed. And she was, and I went up to the guy and he had tears in his eyes. And as he's watching this, and I said, pal, excuse me.
Why did he fulfill that fantasy?
I went up to him. I go, can I make a suggestion here? And I really want to. I'm soft spoken.
Eyes wide shut.
I'm like this. I swear to God. I'm like, now she got in. She performed. She was a
That's
kindergarten.
definitely-
She was a kindergarten school teacher. I found out this woman was a kindergarten school teacher. Her weekend fantasy, she wanted to fuck 100 guys. I was so appalled when I found out she was. I'm like, I hope every fucking parent finds out and fucking no kids go in that classroom. And I went to this man. I said, "You really love her, don't you?" He goes,
Hey, Mike, I think the pineapple has to be upside down. I'm not
Gonzo,
100%
he looked
sure,
me in
but
the
I heard
face.
about this.
He looked me in the face. I know, I swear to God, this is at the club in Las Vegas. He looked me in the face and was one of those, you bring your own liquor. If you remember Taxi Cab Confessions, that HBO show.
Yeah, that HBO show.
And the one big lady that was a lesbian that drove the taxi around, she was really hardcore. She was in there that night, dancing on stage with a real old lady, and the lady had her top off, and they both had her top off. And I'm like, what kind of fucking club is this? And I was intrigued because it's funny because I was working up in Arizona with the Rangers, and Grady Fused on my boss. He says, "What are you doing this weekend?" I said, "I'm gonna go check out this club. I got to know more about this fucking thing." Because he goes, "You any more swinger updates?" I would write. He goes, "I want to know all the story." So he goes, "Do me a favor, take Mike Capuano with you. This kid was an intern in the strength department." He goes, "Mike's pretty sheltered, and then Mike could be another eye, so he could back up all the shit you're reporting." So I take Mike with him. So Mike goes, "Well, I'll go." So Grady goes, "Listen, here's a couple $100 to throw in for gas." So I drive the 300 miles to Vegas because we get the weekend off. And I get there, and Mike goes, "You got to bring your own liquor." So he brings a big bottle. So I'm walking around, and I'm checking out this place. And he's by the pool table on the lower level. He's getting smashed. I turn around, and Mike's fucking naked, got a bitch over the fucking pool table, and he's slamming his. And I'm like, holy shit, look at Mike go. And the owner's out there with a video camera, fucking videotaping this shit. For his own
You got an
personal
old school camera where you got to
old school. I mean, old school. This guy's like an old fart, man. Him and his wife own the club, and they were big swingers for like 40 years. So I watching a school teacher get plugged out by 100 guys. Here's my boy Mike, this young kid in his 20-something, and he says to this day, every once in a while I just shoot him. How you doing, Mike? Now he's older, man. Now we got a family. He says, "I'll never forget that night." He says, "It's always going with me to my grave." And Grady go back and he goes, "I go, let him tell you." And when Mike told it, it went around baseball, with minor league baseball, so fast. I mean, it's like anything else. And every team that's coming in are coming up to my office and going, "Dude, you rock, dude. You rock, dude." And I'm like,
have you ever been to the River Cats minor league?
No. Oh, River Cats, the Sacramento River Cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sacramento. We played them, but we played them. They were in our league with the PCL league. I never went to the stadium.
You know the A's are going to play there next year.
The A's was always there. It was always Oakland.
No, what he's saying is though.
No, the actual the Major League Baseball.
I thought they were going. No, I thought they went to Las Vegas. I thought they were to Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, once their stadium was
built,
going
to Vegas.
Oh, San Diego went to Las Vegas.
They need a 3-year transition.
Okay,
So
the stadium needs to be built, Joey.
Oh, it's not
So
done
Joey,
yet.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. You can come live with me. and then
Yeah.
But
worked at the River
so
Cats.
Joey, whenever you're walking the street, if you see someone
I
wearing a
love the
pineapple,
Rivercats. They had a nice stadium in second, but the old Rivercat.
It's a beautiful stadium, yeah.
Beautiful
It's a
stadium,
beautiful minor league stadium. I don't know
very
about
very nice
professional
minor league. So
stadium, but
I just got to tell you, the guy that had the school teacher, I said, listen, buddy, I don't know you, and I don't, but let me tell you something. I could see the man loves her. He goes, she's everything. I'll do anything. I go, let me tell you something. If she asked you her fantasy was 100 men, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Run, run, run. I told him run because this is just when you.
thank you, Ryan A. You could school
I
Joey.
mean, what else
in
can I
sports.
say to him?
Yes,
All I
I'll
said was
approve it.
run. You look like a nice man. I can't. I love her. I'm doing it. I go, that's just the tip of the iceberg. 100. The line was
well, if she wants to fuck
unbelievable.
many dudes, yeah, that's.
And
The
he
farm
sat
team
there
is
and he
now the
watched it.
Giants.
You could see him, the tear. I was so compelled.
You know,
I
Joey,
wanted to,
I don't have
oh,
I should probably shouldn't share this, but I had a girlfriend at that when I was a young man, when I was
Yeah.
like 18 years old.
Yeah.
And she was beautiful. She looked like a supermodel.
right.
And she was like that. She was a wild girl. She
There,
was. I want to.
there are women like that.
I want to know what your friend's dick looks like, and like, so I
Exactly.
was just, and I just said to myself, like, that's not the one for me, you know. And then
But she was honest with you, though. You respected that, didn't you?
Yeah. But she was so fucking hot, like supermodel hot. But
What is it about some women that are just?
well, I mean,
overly
when you're
sexual?
that hot, Joey, see, I think you kind of just, and you're that young, you know, we were like 19, 18.
But is it true
Uh,
women that hot that a lot of men are afraid to approach them and hit on them? Is that true when they say that?
I don't know, but I just knew that this chick was, you know, wanting
What's
to
the
see all my
question again,
friends'
Joey?
cocks and stuff. So
A lot of you hear a lot of famous women that are very beautiful or in the model industry that say that they really don't have that good of a dating life because a lot of men are afraid to approach them. No, a lot of
I think
normal men, a lot of normal men. And
you know what it is, Joey? I think a lot of men are like you and me. Like we don't want, you know, dirty
Yeah.
words. Like, you know,
Yeah, but I
these
mean, who
chicks
says
are
the model's
fucking,
a whore?
1,000. Well, listen,
No,
if
I
a
didn't
chick
say that
fucks
part.
like 1,000 guys, like, do you really want to be with
You
her?
know what it is? I've heard this before. A lot of dudes are intimidated. When a
That's what I
woman
mean.
is super hot,
Right.
you're intimidated by the chick. I just look at the bitch like you just like any other hoe.
Well, what I've heard women say is that
that what
not
you're
not
saying,
not not Hollywood people, the Hollywood men,
No, in
normal
general.
everyday working Joes
Yes.
that she hopes
You
they would
you
hope
got to
to
look at
ask
it
them
like
on a
this.
date. They're afraid.
You got to look at she is just another everyday bitch in this
Do
society.
you know
Well,
something?
Lou, you know,
Basically-
I dated an Academy Award winning actress.
Hey, more
For
power
two-
to you.
And I know this to be true about Ghana because I've seen he's
Uh,
always been a man that had a good look women in his arms.
No,
I
I just made that.
and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good. That don't make him vain.
No, but
because-
I've dated very, very attractive women, and I found, the more attractive they are, the bigger headache it is because
more baggage
Yes,
comes with
because
it.
you're
More
dealing
baggage
with
comes
all
it.
their
they
things.
want to. Yeah, there's more competition.
Why
dudes
do you
fuck
think
'em
the
constantly.
fact?
But here's the
It's
funny
just
thing.
like-
Sometimes those women rather have an average man
Right.
than be with someone in the business
Correct.
because they don't have like they're not sharing the spotlight and
Yeah,
they just
but I'm
want
not an
someone
average
who's
man,
down.
Lou. I'm a goddamn fucking celebrity.
Why do you
Well,
think? Are you ready
we're
for
not
this?
talking about you, Gonzo, in general.
No, I'm just.
Want to
kidding.
know something to be fact? Why a brother wants a fat white woman? If you notice, all fat white women are with a brother. Fact.
That
Fact.
is true. At least, yeah, where I'm from, yeah.
That's a fact.
Why
in
do
this world.
why do black dudes always have big fat white women?
Because they said it's the best loving they got out of any woman they've ever been with.
I
That's
mean,
true.
it is.
That's
I
what they
mean,
claim. That's what they claim. All their baby mamas are heifers, 200 pounds plus.
listen. I think the most important thing is if you got a woman that loves you. That's
To me,
it.
that's everything.
That's
Let me
all.
tell you something. My wife, people could say what they want about
Yeah,
my wife.
your wife
She
loves
is so
you.
classy and she's got so many standards and more. I can't even use the P word in my home. She will slap the shit out of me. She
Yeah,
will not.
but she
she
loves you. You can tell she
loves me
you.
through and through. And I don't.
Yes, so.
She don't ask me for nothing. This is a
That's
woman
all. That's
asks
all
me
that
for
matters, Joe.
Nothing. Nothing. She doesn't care about material. Nothing. You know what she wants? I just want you to know that you truly love me and that you're gonna.
You know
And
what,
I-
though, Joey?
If she
I
gained
have to think
150
back to what you just said. That's true. Because I knew this chick.
You
What's
met my
her
wife, Lou.
house?
You've seen how my wife is. You know how she is.
Yes. But you just hit the nail on something because I knew this chick. She was, chubby.
It's a fact.
And she was dating a black gentleman. Basically, that's all she ever really dated. Went to her house one time when I was still living in Miami. She's like, we're not going to do nothing. And I was like, challenge accepted.
Yeah. Right.
Ended up
Exactly.
fucking her before I left. So.
Right. Here's the thing. I got a lot of friends that are black. A lot of friends that are black. And you want to tell something? Mostly with them, it's about why they want to go after white women. It's because the white bitch wants to piss off her daddy. That's 99% of the time.
Well, at the present time when I knew her, her father had passed away like 5 years.
Wait, Lou, are you Puerto Rican, Lou? What's your?
Yes.
Lou's
Yes,
all Puerto
yes.
Rican.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought so.
Lou,
But
someone
this
got a
is
picture of you on the
directed
internet.
towards you, Gonzo.
Chicks dig Puerto Rican dudes.
Frankie, my buddy, who's 6'5", 380 pounds. You wouldn't believe how they just, like you were saying the other day, Lou. You just get the vibe, and then he
That's
can
all
go
it
walk
is,
in a
man.
room and just. I'm like, radars are all over him, and I mean, you see wealthy, well-to-do men, and he's like, man, fuck
Yes,
all that
Happy.
motherfucker.
Joycey,
I
were you
rescued
good with
Princess
women?
Fiona.
What was that?
Were you good with women before you met the lovely Mrs. C, who
Yes.
I love? But
Very, very, very.
were you good with women before?
Yes.
Mrs. C.
Yeah.
I got tell.
I-
I don't talk about this. I never. You know what? I respect my wife. What my past is my past.
That's what I
respect my
love.
wife's
That's what I love
opinion.
about you, Joycey. You don't disrespect Mrs. C.
I don't. So, but yes,
That's
you
a
know.
real. That's a real. Men take notes. That's a real.
My
man.
wife made a statement to me when I went the first date. I went to pick her up, and I said, "What? I mean, we were friends. We never flirted with each other. She was at her thing, and I was still married. But when that day came, she says, as soon as you got out of that car and you walked around, I got this distinguished look in how I carry myself. And she said, I was just done. It was over right there. So I was hooked right there.
Yes, I do love how you treat her, Joycey.
I love her, man. And I'm gonna tell you something.
That's how
Put another load in the
a
washer.
man treats a woman.
I don't know. She's just everything. I feel that she's my every breath. And
You're a good man, Joycey. I can tell. I can tell
Thank you. No, she gets frustrated with me.
I'm almost tearing up just thinking.
Look,
about
Joey,
it.
if
You got me tearing up right now, but
Because you're a good man.
how it goes in life, if we can't make our women frustrated with us, then they don't love us.
she's
no more.
frustrated with me from time to time, and she's she don't like me. She does not like me talking down about myself. It bothers her so much when I get down on my.
See, even that's like beautiful. She's like, she doesn't want you to.
She comes up to me in private. She goes, "Why do you put yourself down? Why you don't care what these people think about you?" I go, "No, I don't. You know that." She goes, "But why do you when you're down, you down yourself?" She says, "They don't know your heart like I do. They don't know how your children love you and your grandkids love you. They don't know how you bring joy." She goes, "So what?" I go, "I don't care about what people listen. I've never been shy about. I've done a lot of shitty shit, but I've done a lot of shit that people would say, no fucking way. I've been in rooms where guys were getting ready to be killed. I've been in that situation. I've watched guys get beat to death. I swear secrecy to a lot of things. I've seen a lot of shit."
Wait, Joey, so you've watched guys get beat to death?
I've been around my younger years. I've seen a couple.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I have. I've seen
Awesome.
gang wars. My buddy was one of the leaders of the Disciples. I've seen guys get gunned down on the street, drive by. I've seen shit that people would fucking grow up with over it, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't, I've lived the reality of how the reality, when you live in the hood and when you live in the poor neighborhoods, I've seen nothing but bad. You see the devil walking on those streets when you're in those neighborhoods.
Yeah. I'm from the hood too, Joyce. I was just thinking about this yesterday, like how hard my life was growing up and how much it sucked and how hard it was every fucking day to just eat food and like not get your ass kicked. And you know, so many people don't grow up like that. So I think I respect people like.
Thank you. My mother, I used to come home beat up all the time. I used to get picked up by every freaking bully. And my mother goes, "Let me tell you something." My mother looked me dead in the eye. She says, "You're nothing but a small little shit that's gonna amount to fucking nothing if you let people take a piece of your ass every day. You're gonna be someone that somebody's gonna pick at you all day long." She goes, "You're not gonna be more than fucking 5'6". You're not gonna be. You want respect? You need to stand up to your bully." She goes, "So next time you come home with a black eye and you tell me a lie, like she goes, first of all, I came home. She goes, why you got a black eye? What does he look like?" I go, I didn't fight him. She drugged me by my fucking hair down 2 blocks, my mother.
Yeah.
Not gonna put it. She said, "Bring your son out here." She said, "If you don't whip his fucking ass right now," she said, "I'm gonna beat you from this fucking house to your grandmother's house to your fucking uncle's house." And she did. She would do that. She would beat me up and down that street until I fought. And when
But
I started fighting, she
did you
would be
like
right
fighting?
there.
I mean, Jesus, Joey, I think your mom was related to my mom.
Did you
I
like?
swear to God, my
you
mom
like-
didn't play. I didn't have a father. She had to be my father. Well, she gave me the sex talk that a father's supposed to take his son out. She just
But Joey, did you enjoy fighting, like fist fighting?
well once I got to the first bully I ever whipped, I was second grade. He was fourth grade.
Yeah.
Now after I beat him up really bad, I saved the whole entire first and
I
second grade.
I hated fighting.
I hated it though, but no, when I got to become 18, 19, 20 and start hanging around with some pretty guys that were guys you didn't want to look guys if you looked at them the wrong way, they'll be like, I'll be back, I gotta go to the bathroom. They didn't go to the bathroom. They went and drugged that guy out back and put him in a dumpster. You understand?
Wait,
I mean
what?
that's just what they did. They come
that
back and like, oh, where you been?
Wait, they would kill a guy?
Well, they beat him up and knock the shit out of him or cut him and make him bleed out or something. They just dump him in a dumpster. They didn't give a fuck.
Oh
I've been talking. I was with some of the hardest core motherfuckers on the street. You didn't give them the wrong look. You didn't disrespect them like that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You didn't do that.
Yeah.
They drive by just to shoot you because you fucking talked to their girlfriends. If you talk to another guy's game for the street girlfriend and he found out, he ain't coming to talk to you. He's coming to put a bullet in your fucking head.
Man.
Why these guys, people, they say I'm way out there. Let me tell you something. I never claimed to be a tough guy. Never claimed that. I don't go out and start trouble. But I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, I can fucking finish it. I promise you that. I don't care what age I am. You either can fight or you can't. You either can fight. There's fighters and there's people that don't know how to fight.
Yeah,
You know?
no, I'm a fighter. I
I
definitely
just see it, babe. I'm like, where
But,
was it?
I
My
grew,
wife
I,
was.
grew- I grew up in the Bay Area, Joey C.
I know the Bay Area. What about the guy that went with Griselda Bronco, the guy from Oakland, the guy that was the big drug crack dealer that he dated Griselda Bronco?
Yeah.
And she wanted to kill him
I
because
was
she
a
was
little boy
cheating on her.
I was a little boy at the time, but yeah, that's where I'm from, Joey. Like that's
I know. You know.
So it's rough, you know. I don't like to fight, but I had to fight a lot, and I hated it. I remember my dad would make me fight.
Gonzo, Mrs. C just came in and gave me this. I would kill you if I ever caught you with another woman. She just went like that. Be over.
That's what I love about Mrs. C.
He said that's what he loves about you. That's what he loves about you. She loves you too, shit, God. She loves you too.
All right, thank you, Mrs. C.
Thank you, Mrs. C.
But
I mean, that's the realness because you know what? We talked about this, me and her, Gonzo. I said when we first got together, I go, you know, what do you think about swapping and swinging? I brought this question up.
you said that, Joey?
I asked her that in the beginning
Why
of our
would
first
you do
date.
that,
I wanted to test her, and she goes, first of all, she goes, I could never let another woman suck
Listen,
you.
if you're fucking like if you're letting your wife fuck other people, then
I told her she goes, would you let me? I go, if I saw another man going in there, I would fucking kill both of you. I couldn't do it. I love you too much. And when men tell me that they my wife we went to a party, my wife fucked 6 guys.
nah. If
I'm
you
like,
love,
dude,
if you
don't
love
tell
your
me
wife,
you love your wife. You don't. It's not love.
yeah, if you love your wife, man, you're not gonna let somebody else fuck her.
You don't want no other man to even get to that level of talking.
Fuck
with you.
no, there's no way. That's insane.
That's why John don't understand this fucking shit. What's so bad? We did this all the time. John, you ever fucking say that again online about my wife? I swear, you don't know. I don't care if I lose, if I go to fucking jail. I will be at his fucking doorstep beating the fucking shit out of him if I had to. That's just, listen, YouTube, I'm not threatening nobody. I'm making a scenario if that happened. I have to be clear. We're just talking scenarios, how we would be. That wouldn't be on the air, but I would go for my wife. I would go very, very.
Well, no, that's your wife. That's your wife, man. Like, of course. I mean,
You got to be careful how you say things YouTube because you got to say it YouTube. I'm not threatening anybody.
I respect guys like you, Joey, see that protect their wives, so that you know,
we're just talking about
not even protecting. I'm just saying like people like Steel Toe and stuff that just like let anybody fuck their
it's
wife.
all for show. You got to sit back and say steal. It's all.
It's disgusting. It's like white trash bullshit. Like if you marry a bitch, like that's it. You gotta write it out.
You gotta have some. Yeah, right.
You can't be letting other people fuck her. It's insane. And then
because you're gonna fuck around and find out that she liked that dick more than yours.
Yeah, exactly. And
here's the thing.
It's just like, and then you're gonna fuck some other bitch. Like it's just, it's fucking terrible, man.
I got friends that dogged their wives. You know, I mean, they're good friends, and I've watched them. Every single fucking thing they saw on the outside, they tapped. And I'm like, how the fuck do you go home and look at her? He goes, man, come on, man. He goes, I don't love these bitches. These are just hoes out here. I go, dude, I'm godfather to your kids. Your kids, I fucking know your kids. You want me to fucking, you know I'm solid, but man, I had to ask my friend. I don't want to know nothing about your outside. Your acting. I don't want to know. I love you too much as a friend, but I also, you brought me into your home. I'm like an uncle to your kids. You know, you asked me if anything happened to you to look after your family. I don't want to know that shit, man. Because guys couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe. And like I said, my younger years, I had no problem. I didn't even have to look. Okay, I could be out, and I can promise you, out of my 4 or 5 friends I hung with, they were going to lose every night if I wanted to step into the game. I promise you that. But I just you get to a mutual respect and like, nah, man. I never went to my friend's house and knocked on the door if I knew he wasn't there. I never initiated shit like that. Or if I did and I missed them and they come on in. I tell the wait, I'll sit on the porch and wait for them. And my friends would pull up and see me sit, never in their house. And I'm talking friends, best friends with people you grew up with as a little kid. I would not step in that threshold to be in that kitchen with his wife. You know, come on in, I'll make you some coffee or you might make you some breakfast, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't see my friend coming over seeing his wife making breakfast for me. That's disrespectful.
Joey C, do the Catalanos have any pets?
No, at the present moment, no. My wife's not big on pets. There's a lot of responsibility. I grew up with dogs. I've had a few dogs. We've had them. And when I brought them in the house, Mrs. C, she learned to love them. But if I didn't properly take care of it and make sure it went out and fed it, she would get on me. Like, hey, your dog's whining. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll go. I'm sorry. Or I would always have someone come and walk it, you know. But then I said, it's a lot of responsibility. She goes, you want the dog? I'm fine. But
all right, I'm back to the chat.
I didn't realize the responsibility the last time I had a dog. So I found a good home for it. My neighbor loved it, and he had a prosperous life with the dog.
The dog's okay.
So it's just she's right. I couldn't put full time. It's like a child. You got to put a full time.
I'm a big animal.
I love them, but at this point
I'm a vegetarian, Joey C.
You're a vegetarian. I always wondered, how is that life? Is that really?
I've only been a vegetarian for like a month now. But
right. Okay. So how is the transition for you?
Well, I was a vegetarian like 10 years ago for a year. Okay. So it's fine.
Yeah.
They have like meat substitutes now, but yeah, it does kind of suck.
Do you feel that it's really healthy for you? I mean, do you ever
No, I'm not doing it for my health. I think honestly, like it's healthier to eat meat, but I just couldn't reconcile, like eating big, huge fucking, pigs and cows.
Yeah, I can understand that part.
So
were you a steak guy? Were you a steak and potato guy? I know rice.
No, I never really was. I always ate chicken. Chicken was my thing.
Like Puerto Ricans, gondolas and rice.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican.
Chicken. Whoa!
Yeah, but the good thing is, like, you can make most of that stuff. You can make gondolas and rice.
My sister lives next door to me since she got out of prison. Now my sister's a big Spanish food cooking because her ex-husband, the father of her kids, who he passed away. He passed away young. He was in his 40s when he died. He had some kind of rare disease, but she always.
Did he have a heart attack, or do you?
I don't know exactly what he had. Some kind of rare.
See, that's why another reason I don't want to eat meat, because I'm like, I don't want to.
I don't know. He had some kind of rare something wrong with him. This was her first love. But my sister always dated Puerto Rican guys. She hated white guys. She thought white guys were stupid.
About that fucking impossible meat bullshit. You can't catch.
Did she date Lou?
No, she didn't bet Lou. I'm talking about Chicago. I tell you what, my mother did not like anybody put as a woman going out and being with like a guy. I'll never forget the time my mother caught my sister at 16 in the back of a car in the parking lot of school. My mother was like a pit bull. She goes, "Your sister ain't home from school."
What was your sister doing?
Jake sent you an email.
Okay, Jake, I'm in the middle of my show, Jake. I can't go to my email. Come
when
on.
You get a chance.
I will look at it, sir. I will look at it. But my mother was like, "Your sister home, Ma. Yeah. I'm already an adult. My sister's 3 years difference. I already got kids. I got my own family. Ma, what do you want me to do? By the time I was 19, I had 2 children already. I think 2 by the time I was 19, or maybe 3.
Yeah, 2 kids at 19, Joey.
My firstborn was born when I was 17, 2 weeks before my 18th birthday. Wow. And then let's see. No, then I was by the time I was 22, I had all 3 of them. So by the time I was 19, the second one was.
So basically, Gonzo, what he's saying is, when she was done bleeding, he was ready to breed again.
Oh, I would have been like that, but not that quick. I got friends that did that. I got friends that made back-to-back 3 in a row pregnancy. boom, a month later, pregnant. I've had there were the babies are like I've had a couple friends do that, but my mom's like all over me, and I'm like, Ma, she's your daughter. I'm not. I got my own thing to do, man. I'm busy today. So my mom started throwing on the neighborhood. She went to the schoolyard. My sister was in the back seat with the dude, and I mean, it was pretty. My mother drug her out naked, and fucking drug her down the street. I hear my sister half a block away screaming at the top of her fucking lungs. My mother didn't play. My mother did not. You fucking little whore. You ain't gonna be no daughter of mine. My mother got her to the third floor, and I fucking knew it was serious. I start making
You guys are all Italian, right, Joey?
all 100%. I tested in my DNA 95% European. That's how rich my blood is with Italian descent. Okay, my mother was getting ready to throw her off the fucking balcony after she beat the fuck out of her. I just made it to save my sister, and my mom didn't give a fuck. She looked at me. You don't forget what I'll do to you. I'm fucking 20 years old, and yes, mother. I never disrespect my mother. Never.
Please don't go. Please don't go.
My mother could be an animal, but she was this greatest mother in the world. She taught you. She had no husband. When she realized my father was a
That
piece of
sounds
shit,
like my mom.
when she realized that, and she's to this day, my father died a few years ago. My mom called me. She says, he was my first love, your father. And you know how hard
Yeah,
I
your
loved
mom's
him.
still alive, right?
Yeah, she's been with the same man for 45 years. She goes, I always loved your father all my life. I'll never forget your father. She goes, he wasn't not a good man. He wasn't a good father. But she goes, I know you understand more than anybody how much I loved your father. This woman, he could do no wrong in life.
Were they Italian immigrants or were they?
My father was second generation born here. His father, his grandfather came over from Italy. My great grandfather was.
What about your mom?
My mom's father and mother were born here. Were born in Louisiana. That's where they were born. And then her grandparents came from the boat. My mother's grandparents couldn't speak a drop of English. They came over, but they died. My great grandmother lived a very long life, well in her 90s. But my great grandfather, died at a very young man. Both of my great grandfather on my mother's side and my grandfather, they both died. My grandfather had a massive heart attack right in front of me in the living room in 1974, but he had Lou Gehrig's disease. He was already checking out. And
that's probably good for him, honestly.
Massive heart attack.
Lou Gehrig's disease is the worst.
He had it when it was called Lou Gehrig's disease.
And he probably didn't have 3,000 hits with the Yankees too.
No, he didn't. But he was a tall man, proud man. I love my grandpa. He used to play. I used to have to hide his little pint bottle for him. My grandmother would find him and pour him on the sink. She wouldn't even let the man have a drink. She would terrorize him. And he paid me $5 a day to hide his whiskey bottles. And she never caught him. Grandma, you never found it. I beat you every quarter.
What about you, Lou? What's your history? Where are your parents from? You're Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
What's your
mom and dad were both My father was served in the army, went to Vietnam, came back, strung out on drugs. The usual when you go there.
And they're both Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Like
my father was a black Puerto Rican. Yeah. First generation, born on the island but lived in the States.
Okay.
Well, no. My mom moved here, I think, when she was like 6 or 7 or 8. I don't remember.
Now, Lou, I'd like to interrupt you, but your stepfather, when did he step into play? How old
were you? I don't remember how old I was, but he was around pretty much my whole life.
Okay.
Your stepdad is he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, my stepfather was a first generation Cuban. Came over on some boat. I don't know which boat.
Probably the 1980 boat when they all came over and invaded us in Miami.
Well, no, they didn't do it that way. They came over before that because his mom.
Yeah, when Castro.
May she rest in peace. They came over. She had got a job. Their father had his own tire shop in Newark.
Nice.
Newark. That's where my family's from.
The tire shop is still in the family, and it's still up and running. So there's that. My stepfather, as a kid, he was a dick for me. I didn't like him, but that's just how it is.
Nobody. What the best sum up, Gonzo? What's that show that Al Pacino did where he was the Puerto Rican and he was the gangster, the heroin guy, and he had
Carlito's Way?
Carlito, yeah, he's Carlito. He's got the swag. He's got the look. He's the guy that every Italian thinks he's Italian. He could dance like that. But what did the guy say? I thought he was Italian when I first saw him on the fucking. And he's a Puerto Rican. That's Gonzo. That's the kind of flash he's got. That's him. Carlito Picante is my man.
Yeah, people always think I'm Italian. I'm Mexican, but when I go to New York, they always think I'm.
But you had that look. You kind of look
yes,
like
Deadpool. My parents can swim. So can my stepfather.
Yeah. I can't swim, dude. You know that? I can't swim.
Oh shit! Can you guys hear me? Fuck.
Yeah, I hear you. It's funny because one summer, my stepfather's brother dropped me off at the pool, paid someone. I'll pay you $100. You teach him how to swim. Mind you, the community
they taught you.
pool,
Did they offer you to teach them, or
to teach me how to swim?
Oh, you had to swim. Okay.
So I was about 14 at the time. Didn't know how to swim, but we went to the beach a lot. I had a boogie board and all that back when we lived in Jersey. We would travel down to Virginia. Oh, we lost them again.
Go ahead, finish your story. Go ahead.
So my like I said, my uncle paid the kid. They taught me how to swim, and ever since then, it was just on and popping. Was in Tracy Morgan's dad. There, he's back.
There you go. Can you hear us, Gonzo?
Hey, sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, I had some fun summers in Miami.
Yeah, you said that did you wind up when you went to Miami? You that's where you felt you got most out of life, where you became Lou.
Well, you got to understand, living in Jersey, Jersey taught me baseball. Right. My love for baseball.
Wait, so Lou, you're from Newark, right?
I was born in Elizabeth, raised in Newark, and ended up living in Kearney. I think we were in Kearney for like 3 or 4 years before we ended up moving to Florida, to Miami. And it was, it was an experience. It was a culture shock at that too, because you got to understand, when you live up north, you're used to the seasons, and then your sports are played in particular seasons.
Right.
So when we moved to Florida, like I've told this before.
But look at all those white bitches, though. You must have made a killing on all those white.
Now, to be honest, I've only fucked 2 white bitches in my life.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah. And one of them was the one that said, "Oh, you're not gonna fuck me, okay? I hope you know that." And little did she know, she got fucked.
That was her. That was her telling her that she wanted it right there. There.
That was the code. That was the secret.
That was the message.
Yeah,
that was the message.
Like, Lou, can you please fuck me?
Her saying that to you was telling you, "Let's go." That's exactly what it was.
And here's the funny thing, because we were friends before all that had happened. She had a crush on me when we worked at Denny's together, but she had a man. And I was never the type that, I'm not going after someone's girl. Right. Now, if you were single, it would have been a different thing. Yeah. So my 18th birthday, she's like, "I'm taking you out of town for your birthday. Where do you want to go?" I'm like, "Well, let's go to Tampa. We have a place to stay." And she's like, "All right, we could go to Busch Gardens." At that particular time, the Montu was in the process of being built.
Wait, Lou, were you trying to be a ball player, or were you just trying to just be around?
I liked it. But when we moved to Florida, I stopped playing, and that's one of my big regrets.
Did you realize you weren't going to be like a major league ball player? So you just
No. I remember I played ball. I was in elementary school up until middle school. I was good. I had coaches.
So you weren't like being recruited by like.
Not when we moved down here. If I would have stayed playing, maybe like I said, it's one of those you just don't know how far you could have went.
Yeah,
I want to know something. Anybody know who this fucking legend guy is? What's his real name?
Yeah, that's Mark. Well, actually,
what's his name? No. I booked the baseball major. I want to see if I got any ties to this guy.
No, I don't want to
he's bounced on a clubhouse guy. Tell me off air. Send it to me on DM. I wanted to find out if I know anybody.
He was on the Giant when I was a young man, a young boy. I would go to the Giants
anything
game.
Of anything? Was he? Did he?
No, he was pretty. I think he had like 20 home runs 1 year. Yeah, he was.
Did he have a big career?
Granny says he had a great time yesterday, Joey. Thanks again.
Thank you, Granny. Thank you, brother. Thank you. My pleasure. Love you anytime, Granny.
I think the legend had a good career. Yeah.
He's got to be a manager somewhere. Is he a minor league manager or a major league manager?
I don't think he is. I don't think I looked him up when I heard Ray DeVito dox him.
Right.
but he was. I do remember his name because I was
He claims he rode this coattail of
I memorized the San Francisco Giants batting
He was
order.
a Giant in the '90s, correct?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I just want to dox him. I don't know.
Well, because he's popping off at me about clubhouse guys, and he's so fucking full of shit. What he's saying, he's so. You know how many ball players you get close with when you're the head clubhouse guy? I mean, you get to be good friends with them. I've been to Ed Sprague's home. I've been out with these guys.
Yeah, but if he is who they're saying he is,
he's so full. He's telling so many untruths about clubhouse guys. He's full of shit. So either he's lying who he is, or he's just breaking my fucking chops. One or two.
He played like over 1,000 games, so he's a legit baseball.
You're an A's guy. Right now.
No, I'm a Giants guy.
But you go call the A's stadium right now. I'm pretty sure Grady didn't retire yet. And ask for Grady Fusa and just mention Boombots. Just say Boombots.
Stadium?
With the A's. And he played. Players don't. You're the laundry boy. Shut the fuck up, legend. Legend, I'll call you out right fucking here. I don't give a shit when you play. I've been around how many fucking Hall of Famers I fucking went out to dinner with when they were players and they were superstars in the big leagues. How many guys fucking.
Yeah, but who cares though, Julius?
But this motherfucker here gonna call. He's bashing clubhouse guys. I don't care about me. You don't fucking call them just fucking laundry boys, you piece of shit. Fuck you, legend. I don't give a fuck if you played 20 years in the big leagues. You probably were one of those clubhouse assholes that every clubhouse guy fucking hated.
If the legend is who he says he is, he played 10 years at least. And
he was a Jag.
He's a 10-year guy, right?
He played like 1,000 games.
So he's fully invested in his.
No, he's a legit player. If it's true,
back to Chow.
But how do we even know if it's him? Like, I'm just saying, like that's just what. Ray DeVito.
Oh, do you realize he might have just been trying to bust his balls?
I'm just saying he's either breaking my balls or he really don't know, or he's not who he is.
Yeah, but honestly, who cares though? Like seriously,
he had a career 2.6 WAR below average.
Now, was he a hitter or a pitcher?
He was a hitter. He was like a third baseman or something, or like.
I knew a lot of.
He was a utility guy, I think.
Phil Nevins. I'm gonna get a hold of Phil Nevins. Phil Nevins was a fucking star in baseball, and I'm gonna see if he knows.
Well, if it is who I'm thinking of, he was pretty fucking good, Joey C.
Pretty good. Okay, what's pretty good? Was he fucking Hall of Fame material?
I mean, you play in the majors for 10 years. You're fucking
steady every day. Was he the steady third baseman that started?
Yeah, I mean, Joey, so you're gonna talk about somebody that played Major League Baseball for a decade?
Yeah, because he called out clubhouse guys. He broke a golden rule. He broke a golden rule, but never played.
That doesn't matter. No, he did play a postseason.
He's making himself out to be something he's not.
No, he was a bench guy.
That's what I thought.
I can tell
by the way he's talking that he was.
You guys are nuts. Like if you're a Major League Baseball player, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was probably making the league average for bench player. And whatever, he was still in the league.
I got respect for all my brothers in baseball.
I might be sticking up for somebody that doesn't exist, but if you play Major League Baseball for a decade,
you accomplish something wonderful. 1%, 1.2% make it.
Yeah, I would chop my cock off to play Major League Baseball.
But see, that was my everyday life going to work. So it didn't. I was a big baseball guy. People go,
God,
I can't believe the job.
It's not hard to get you riled up. Just mention something to throw you off your game, and I'm just
saying that's elite. Like for one guy,
it is. You're right. He made it. He taught them in the minor leagues, Gonzo.
That's
guys
crazy.
who wanted to get big league. They want that big league attention when they were just about.
And he did play in the playoffs. Like he got like a home run, I think, in the playoffs.
But he wasn't an everyday starter. He made it. He was good enough to stay in the big leagues.
He wasn't like
good enough to stay in the big leagues. So he's not a fucking legend.
Yeah, he wasn't Matt Williams or Barry Bonds, but
so that's what he's going on. He's going off of somebody else's fucking name. So he needs to take away the legend because he's not a legend. Okay, I'm calling him up because ball players would call anybody. They would do the same thing. They would be calling out.
I'm just saying, man. If the legend really is a Major League Baseball player for a decade, like that's you know
the clubhouse manager for 40 years there, Murph, big old Murph. Murph. If not, I don't know if Murph was still there in the 90s, and I don't know if Murph is still alive. But I'm gonna reach out to somebody who knows Murph.
Okay, but can Murph hit a fucking 95 mile an hour?
It doesn't matter, Gonzo. You don't come bouncing on a guy that's. I'm a fucking legend. I'm a legend in Major League Baseball.
You are a legend, Joey. But can you hit a 95?
No, I couldn't.
Fastball?
I couldn't.
That's
He
what
obviously couldn't do
that's
it.
my only point. That's my only point.
Yeah, but
He
that's
couldn't do it
I love you,
consistently.
Joey.
He would have been a bench
That's
guy.
my only point. All right.
He couldn't do it consistently. He wouldn't be on the bench if he could.
that's true.
He
But
wasn't
that's
doing it
also-
consistently.
A decade in the majors, though, Joey.
Yeah, but
Legend.
a decade in there
Legend.
wasn't too many pitchers
The next
in
time
the
you want to
80
talk
and
about
early
Joey
90s.
Come on,
Stadium,
no.
going
There was,
95, 96.
he
Legends.
was going up against Roger Clemens and fucking
all right, and he probably struck out more times
Greg
to Roger Clemens
Maddux.
than he
Come
did
on.
than he hit the baseball. I promise you that.
All right, guys. You go.
I'm
all
gonna
right.
look at his career. I'm gonna.
All right,
I
agree to disagree. You guys are nuts. You're gonna tell me
I love Gonzo. He's good. I love
All right.
him.
I
best.
played baseball in high school. It's
Me
so
too.
fucking hard for a guy to be in the major leagues and hit a fucking curveball from Greg Maddux.
Look
Oh,
at
let me tell you something. Greg Maddux was the best.
A guy to hit a fucking fastball from
you know what?
Randy Johnson. Come on,
Randy
man.
Johnson.
was
That guy was a
What are you
mule. He's
guys
an
ta- what are
animal.
you guys
He
talking
couldn't
about?
touch his ball. He was
Here's
hard.
something funny. I just learned this about Greg Maddux. He called his own pitches.
He did.
He called
Yeah,
his own
yeah,
pitches
that's
by
right.
You know he was
doing
the
weird things with
artist
his
that
body.
could paint the corners better than. There's nobody can paint the fucking catcher like Greg Maddux.
All
He
right,
was
well-
the best.
And, I hope Legend isn't mad.
No,
The
I never
best.
played cricket.
He was. Greg Maddux was a fucking.
I
way ahead of his
just
time.
I just want to show Joey. See, like
You know I had
have
John
to have
Rocker in my
respect
locker room
for-
at
for
AAA.
a guy like that. That's like an elite,
Okay.
an
To you,
athlete
to
that
you.
plays a decade in
He
the
gets that
major
respect
leagues.
for that. I got
That
not
hit the
disrespecting
fucking
there.
100-mile-an-hour
Kerry
fastball
Wood
from Randy
said you
Johnson.
just watched Johnson talk
Come
too
on,
much.
man.
Yeah, right. No, but all I'm saying, and I'm not. We can agree to disagree. Is
Yeah.
yes, he could, but he
I'm
didn't
not
do it
trying
on
to
a
suck his
consistent
dick, but
basis.
I'm just
He wasn't good enough to be an everyday starter. He was a good utility guy that if someone got injured, they trusted him enough until they found somebody else to come in and take the place. That's all. He
Okay,
was.
but
Dr. Chow
Joey,
says
come on. That's
he was.
No,
the
he bounced on me
all the
first.
time.
He called me a nothing. He
the
called
guy's
me a
the
nothing.
guy's a fucking major league player, man. Like,
Okay.
come on.
I wasn't a major uniform.
You don't
contract. I had a
respect
Major League
you don't
Baseball
respect
ID
a
like
guy
he
that
did.
played a decade of baseball. Like,
He didn't
I don't
play
know.
a decade. He sat on the bench for a decade. There's a difference.
No, this fucking guy was starting.
And
All right.
Brennan sucks his
If
cock
this
for
is
fucking
who
super chats, and so does
if it,
John.
if,
They
if
both
it
suck
is
his
if
cock.
it is who it is. All right. Well, I have more
Both know
admiration.
that he's some big
guys.
star. He's not a legend. He's not a legend. though.
Yeah,
That's my
Deadpool,
point.
correct. He
All right,
should
but-
have more respect.
I played high school baseball, and I know what it takes to
He
actually.
just bounced on the fucking fact of what my job did.
No,
I
that's
broke my ass for those
Joey's
players.
one of the greatest baseball players.
He played
Not
2
one of the
years
greatest
starting.
baseball players. How can you say that?
There's because there's
What's his
400
name,
people on
Dr.
the planet.
Chow?
One of the
I'm not
greatest
gonna- I'm not
baseball
gonna-
players. He was a bench guy at best.
Joey, come on.
He
You're
only
not gonna
started.
admit
Castelli
that.
was a
He
better
played
bench
2
guy than
years
him.
starting.
What about Rusty Staub? He was a way fucking better bench guy than him. Those were fucking stars, Rusty Staub. You know,
I
Rusty
will
Staub
maybe,
is?
but I'm just telling you about this guy. Like, Joey, to be a major league baseball player for a decade, like, you know how hard that is. That's
It's not.
insane.
Listen, he made it to the
It's
show.
not. It's not hard. All
They
right.
thought it was
It's
enough.
It's really
to
not.
stay
I'm
up
not
there.
gonna-
He
Depending on the
was a
position
back-
you play,
All right.
he
You guys
could have
are
been
right.
the DH.
No, you guys are right. I'm wrong.
But to bounce
I'm
on
not
my
saying you're
position
wrong,
I'm not
but-
gonna argue. I'm not gonna
and to
argue.
say that I didn't know play. Let me tell you.
Okay.
something.
Maybe I look
He's
at it like
so
this. You know
fucking
what?
bullshit. He knows
Maybe in
nothing
this
about-
day and age, it would be harder. But back
There's
when this
400
gentleman
people on the
played,
planet that play Major League Baseball,
You're right, Gonzo. I'm 100%.
and you're telling me that this guy for a
you're
decade
making
that
out the
did it.
Gary Bonds superstar. He's not.
I'm not saying he's a superstar. I'm saying, Joey, it's so fucking hard to achieve that.
Yes,
like,
you're
I
right.
think-
I give you that. But he-
400 people in the world in the
Did he
planet,
think I wouldn't rebuttal by attacking my
and he
position
did
in
it
baseball?
for 10 years. So I don't know. I'm not sticking up for him. I'm not saying he's a great
No, I
guy.
know. I know where you're going. You're just.
I'm just
topic
saying,
he
like,
made of
you
being
need to
drafted-
I think you should respect that more.
Well, then he should.
Okay, so-
Because that's fucking hard, man. I played high school baseball. All I wanted.
You know what Gary Matthews Jr. told me now? Was Gary Matthews
you know
Sr. a
what
star?
possible-
Was he a star? Was Gary Matthews Sr. a star?
Who?
He was an everyday starter for the Phillies. Was he a star? And the Cubs. Was he a star? You know what his son told me? In
He
AAA?
wasn't a star, but he was.
He was a star?
If he was starting on the team.
He was more of
Yeah,
a star
he
than the
was a
fucking
great-
legend was.
All right. Well, well then great. He was a great player then.
Great player.
That's what
He
I'm
played
saying,
every day.
Joey. See,
every day
there's
for 20 years.
400 people that
he
play
bounced
Major League
between
Baseball.
AAA and the majors for 10 years.
There
You
go.
know how
Up and
hard-
down, up and down guy. He was. We. I got to get Grady on here as an interview. I got to call.
Josie, I just
Who's
want
a
to
farm director for 30 years?
I
He's
just
going
want
to
to
tell you about
point
those
out
guys.
how hard that is to
He's going to
be.
tell you about those guys they bring up and down.
I just want
They
to tell
only
you.
do that because they're organizational guys. They can trust them.
All right, but Joey, I just want to point out how hard that is to be a Major League Baseball player.
But he
And
didn't make it.
this guy
play
did
every
it for
day.
10 years.
He failed
That's
at
all.
that corner.
That's all
Okay,
I'm
you
saying.
know this guy because you're sticking up hard. Are you trying to?
No, I'm not sticking for him at all. I don't even know him. Honestly, I don't even know if
fan.
I don't even know if this is him.
Fan. So that's why you're coming as a fan. So no disrespect to you and being a Giant fan.
I'm not even a
I
fan.
hear you though.
Just saying, I understand.
Joey, don't let the guy get to you, dude.
Joey,
That's all.
Joey, you know, growing up, I wanted to be a baseball player. That's all I wanted.
You're right. So out of respect, because I love you to death, and you were a Giants fan, and you wanted to be a, you're right 100%. You're not.
No, I'm not right 100%.
My position.
I'm just saying, like
the job I did, and let me tell you something. Guys that stayed in the clubhouse that did the grind for 40 years, players. Mike Piazza bought his clubhouse guy a brand new fucking Mercedes for all the service he did for him. So he's gonna sit there.
Well, he did. What else did he do? No, that's a joke. That's a Kevin Brennan joke.
And that he always made sure that Piazza had everything he needed to play the game. Mike Piazza never had to worry about anything being not there for him. Charlie Samuels, who worked in pro baseball for many years, wound up going to prison because he embezzled money from the Mets.
Wait, Joey, what are you mad at? What are you mad about?
I'm mad about because he disrespected the position, called me a laundry boy and nothing.
Who did?
He was trying to
the legend. For a guy that I already knew his background, I already knew he was not an everyday player, and he's bouncing on that position. Do you know if he really was?
Yeah, but you gotta respect him as a.
Do you know how many fucking players would go after him for the statement he made? Because you want to. Let me tell you, you know how many players come up to me and said, "My father played in the big leagues for 10 years," and the one thing he told me, become best friends with your clubhouse guy. He's going to be the guy you're going to depend on.
Yeah, but Joey, you can still respect the fact that
I don't respect him at all.
How hard it is to become.
I don't respect that piece of shit at all. Just there's a lot of players I didn't respect that were dirtbags.
I respect every Major League Baseball player.
As far as I'm concerned, he's a dirtbag. He dissed the fucking clubhouse.
Well, you think Ty Cobb is a great guy? I don't like Ty Cobb.
I don't think he was a great man. He was a brutal.
But you gotta respect
one of the greatest. I do respect him because of his numbers.
This would have been better on busting.
How do I respect the legend? He's got no numbers. He's got nothing. Go look at his stats.
The legend does, though. I looked at it. I looked at his baseball record.
Give me this guy's name. I'm going to show him comparison that he was nothing. Nothing. Okay?
Nah, well, don't dox him.
I asked Dr. Chopper the name he hasn't put it
yet. Everybody knows who he is. Dox him. He's going to take.
I used to watch him as if this is the person that they're saying he is.
Howard.
I used to watch him as a kid as a joke. I don't know, Joey. I just think.
Don't maybe start dialing guys with baseball players up on the West Coast right now because I will wake everybody up I know to fucking find out everything about him.
No, don't talk.
I will wear Gerald Aaron out. I will wear Pickler out. I will wear these guys out. My phone. I will wear them out because he's disrespected clubhouses. He's a piece of shit for doing that. What he did.
I don't even think that'll work, Pineapple.
I don't care.
Well, I don't like what he did to you, Joycey, but I do.
Rusty Staub was highly underrated. You damn right he was. That man come up that man was a clutch hitter, and he was a little light in the loafers, but he was a good hit ball.
Wait, who? Who?
Orange. His nickname was Orange. A little bit light, a little bit light in his loafers. But he was he sometimes he felt like a nut, sometimes he didn't. But he was all right.
I can try to change it, but they won't listen.
He was an arrogant prick, Rusty Staub. But when he walked through the ball,
player, Joycey?
They feared him.
Rusty Staub.
Rusty Staub. He was a clutch. He was a utility guy that came in and he came off the bench.
How about Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson gets all my respect because he was psychotic. No, Randy. Let me tell you, my old boss had Randy Johnson on his pitching staff, and I went to go visit him.
You couldn't talk to him, right?
Now you remember the center fielder? What's his name that was there that year? When
Ken Griffey Jr.
Drop his full name, Dr. Chop.
Ken Griffey?
No. The center fielder. Dr. Chop, what's the little guy's name in center field for the Arizona Diamondbacks when Randy Johnson was pitching? When the Arizona Diamondbacks first came into fold, I can't remember his name. He had a wife and he had two. Nickname. They would go steal the golf cart from the ground school, fucking troll the fucking field and tear up the grass. And His wife, when he came off the road, his wife would be waiting at the fucking airport. Here's your kids up, and he bring them to the ballpark. Randy Johnson's pitching one. It's his day of pitching. Now he was a guy that you didn't approach.
Randy Johnson.
Randy was with the Diamondbacks. Randy Johnson. He was pitching that day, and he was a guy that prepped. When he prepped, he didn't talk to anybody on the day he pitched. He did his whatever workout he had to do, how he prepared himself. He'd have his meal. He put his headphones on. He'd get himself into his pitching mode.
When did they come into play? What year?
2000 or 2000. I think the 1999 when they.
No. Way before that.
96, 97, 98. Buck
No,
Phillips
like
was the inaugural manager for them. Just pulled it that he was
on the Expos. In like the early
Expos. He started as a relief pitcher. Remember, he was a relief.
Yeah,
pitcher.
he was a relief pitcher, and then he became a.
And he can't get a start. You had to make him a starter. He pitched as hard as
he found his way with the Mariners, but yeah.
Well, John Rocker's another story. That guy is fucking. I love Rocker, but he's a crazy motherfucker. John Rocker is the psychotic man I've ever met.
I know John Rocker's girlfriend.
Do you really?
Well, his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. John Rocker, I love the guy. He grabbed me one day. The Rangers signed him for a little bit. And he was in AAA for they wanted him in AAA for like 3 weeks to a month. I think he lasted about 20 days. But his very first coming out to the ballpark, someone was supposed to be down there to let him in the player's lot. He came with his Corvette, and he's fucking driving around. And the intern, never showed up to let him in.
Okay, so they came out in 98. So that's the roster you
98,
want?
99, 98. What is that? That's what it said. He beat a starting center fielder on the World Series. Now, Buck was already gone, but that was his team when they went to the World Series. So when Randy Johnson
were you on those teams, Joey C?
No. My old boss before he came to the Rangers, he was the equipment manager in the big leagues for the Diamondbacks. So I knew him. So when I was in Arizona, I went out to see him in his office, and it was the day that Randy Johnson was pitching, and he says, "Holy fuck, Johnson's gonna come in. These kids, I don't know what." I go, "Who?" He goes, "I can't remember." He goes, "They're
all right." So their 98 outfielders was Yamil Benenz, Brett Brady, Birdie, whatever the fuck, David Dave Delucci. He's a center fielder. Delucci, great guy. He was 5'10". He was a center fielder, correct? Let's see. What does it tell me?
He's just a good guy, great guy. He's from that team.
Show his position.
Well, his wife, the kids. They were great parents, but their kids were their twins, and they nicknamed. You know who the Hanson brothers? They were executed. The two Hanson brothers. You know they were really bad, so they would nickname them. Chris Goot named with the Hanson twins. They would destruct things. They would come and steal the golf cart from the fucking grounds crew. He'd look for his cart and his tools. They would fuck with it. So it's Randy Johnson pitching, and they're bouncing off the fucking walls of the clubhouse.
All right, so he played for them from 98 to 2003.
Correct. He was part of the World Series team. That's what I just said. Okay, he came from the inaugural year, from the very first year that they started.
Yeah. Hey, Joey C, let's play. Do you want to play a game, Joey C?
He's played. He's played the whole outfield, Joey.
No, Steve Finley. I'm sorry, wrong, Dr. Child. Steve Finley. It wasn't
Steve Finley.
Steve Finley's kid. Steve Finley's kid. That's who it was. Dulucci, it was also played for them. It was Finley. God, Dr. Child, I love you. I'm bad with names because I wasn't part of that team, so I never had them as a player. It was Finley. Finley's kid. He was the center fielder. Finley had the worst two fucking kids, and his wife would dump him as soon as he got off the fucking plane from the road. Here you go. And he's got to go play all these games at home, and he had to take him to the ballpark. So what would he do? He would get clubhouse guys to look after his kids. Now, I'm just there as a guest visiting my friend, Chris Gould, and he goes, this fucking Finley, I love him to death. He goes, I got to go hire me a fucking guy to fucking babysit his kids because his wife don't want to. When he's home, she leaves. And she
Joey C, that bitch died. Did you hear about that?
Finley's old lady?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I didn't know him. I didn't know him. I just was in the locker room when he was part of that team and watched his kids. So Johnson came up, who was a guy that nobody ever fucking was around his locker. Nobody bothered him from prepping. He come fucking in. Now, he's a tall motherfucker. First time I ever was close to him. I'm sitting in the office. He came into the door, very, very soft-spoken when he said this. He said, took his fucking headphones. He looked at my friend Chris Guth. He said, Goothy, if you don't get those fucking motherfucking kids out of here, tell Finley he's going to be having to do a funeral tonight. He said, I will string them fucking kids up I am preparing for, and Goose just looked at him, and I don't know him. I'm just like, my head's down because I understand what he's. You don't go near a pitcher when he's prepping for the game. You do not. You just make sure that he gets his respect because usually he comes in early. He's by himself. He's prepping. He's eating. He'll eat a light meal. He's doing those things. You already know what he wants to have. Don't let him come to you. You know what he wants on the day of the game. You just do everything you're supposed to and then back off and let him do his thing. Well, Randy Johnson, look at he was a guy that did a lot of preparation, and so Finley, Chris goes, I'm going to have fun with this one. So Chris is not going to break Finley's balls. And Buck Shoulder got involved. It was all busting his balls. But Randy, in respect to Randy Johnson, he was right. The bitch wife, keep your fucking kids at home, okay? Don't put them on the baseball player. There was a couple women wives like that would dump the kids and say, they're yours now while you're home. Can you at least during the season let this man play his game and be a mother the whole season? When the winter months, I can understand. You're home in the winter. You're going to be daddy now. I'm going to take a break. I understand that. But there was a couple of these fucking women who were only married because of the money and the fame that would fucking be assholes. You don't dump fucking kids in the locker room when your husband's an everyday starter and tell him deal with it. You don't do that. You just don't do that. And there was a few wives that I just couldn't stand, but I never disrespected them. You know, it was about the kids. The kids are kids. They don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know. They're excited. They just are full of energy. Finley was a nice guy. From what I can see, I don't know him. Chris Gooch raved about him. Raved about that entire team. You know, how great they were. But Buck Showalter, to me, like I mean to say, out of all the managers I've been around in this game, all the years I worked in the minor leagues, and Buck Showalter was a true minor league manager first before he became a major league manager. One of the best. That man was so detailed orientated and taught you. He didn't care what your position was. Everybody that was in the clubhouse, a coach, a trainer, a strength and condition guy, the head clubhouse guy, the equipment guy, played a key part in the locker room. You were part of player development, and everybody's input counted. You would go in meetings with him on player development, and he would ask. Now, he turned the clubhouse. We would be probably first, so he'd get us out of there for the logistics when they were talking field stuff. We didn't care to be.
Joey, let's play a game.
All right.
Name every World Series champion from the year 2000. I'll start.
Oh, I could do it.
New York Yankees 2000.
I could do it.
2001. Who's Joey?
Diamondbacks 2001, 2002. I don't.
There you go. 2000. Well, no, you just answered the first.
2001 was but I know. I could
2002, I think, was the Angels. They beat the Giants. That was very heartbreaking.
I'm gonna fail at this miserably. I think.
2003.
I was in the minor leagues. I didn't care about this shit.
You want me to go?
I want you to name them all. Go ahead. I'll know some of them. I'll know some of them.
Florida Marlins.
2003 Marlins had the best World Series ring in the history of baseball.
2004 was obviously the Boston Red Sox.
I know the Red Sox won in 16. I know that. No, it's Cubs won in 16. Red Sox won in 17.
2005 was the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
2006.
I was at the Padres that year.
No. Well, you were with
Double A. I was in Double A with the Padres.
06. Shit, this is hard. Damn it! I didn't think I was gonna get stumped this quick. 06. Who was it? Was it the Cardinals again?
Maybe.
Shit. Fuck. I'm gonna say Cardinals. I'm not certain about that. 07 was definitely the Marlins again.
What year was Marlins won it like 2 years out of 3, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, the Marlins won 3 times in.
They won. When they end up when they came in 98.
They won in 97.
97, 2003, and then one more time, right?
No. 07.
Just the 2 times. Just only twice.
They only won it twice.
97 to 2003.
Oh, really? So, yeah, fill us in, Lou. So who was? Wait. So 07. Shit. Was 07?
All right. 07 was 07. 07. I know the Red Sox were in, and I think the Rockies.
Or no, 07 was the what do you call it? The Red Sox again. The Red
Sox against the Colorado Rockies, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Red Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox swept the Colorado Rockies.
That's right.
All right. So you said from 2000.
The Red Sox before they swept them 4 games to 0.
All right. 2000 was the Yankees won the last three from 98 to 2000. Then in 2001 it was Arizona.
Eric,
In
one of Arizona.
2002 it
Angels.
was
He
the
was right about
Angels.
Angel. Angel's right. We're testing his knowledge. Marlins were definitely 3. 4, I don't remember. 5 was the White Sox, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, 5 was the White Sox. 04 was the Red
Oh yeah,
Sox.
5 was a White Sox. That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Cardinals were in 6, right?
06 was the Reds. The Cardinals.
Right.
07 was the Red
Boston
Sox.
won it with Boston won it in 07.
Philly won it in 08.
08 was Phillies.
Wait,
Yankees,
don't ruin it, Lou. I was gonna say, oh wait. All right, so and
Well, then who was it in 09?
The
The Yankees won it in 09.
Yankees beat the
Beat the
Phillies.
Phillies in 09. Charlie Manuel was the manager.
Yeah, and
2010.
The Giants was his year.
Giants,
Was his
baby.
team.
Woo.
11.
Bruce Bochy under Bruce Bochy.
Cardinals.
Cardinals with Tony La Russo. 12 was the Giants.
13.
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox.
That was the Red Sox. Yeah.
Joey's got Google up.
I got
14.
nothing up. I got nothing up.
Giants.
Liar.
Giants.
Whatever.
15.
15 was 15 the Cardinals.
Not sure, but it was.
No,
an interleague series.
Royals.
Interleague series in New York.
No, it was the Royals.
It was the Royals who beat the Mets.
That's correct.
Motherfuckers.
Ned Yost was the manager.
Thank you.
16.
Come on, who was it? That's I'm from Chicago. Finally won a World Series.
They broke their 150-year curse.
No, it was a 108-year curse. Was it?
Oh, the Cubs. The Cubbies.
Who-
17.
The Cubs. That was a great series. Cubs versus the
Cleveland Indians. Gary Francona, former Cub player.
the Indians. Well, not the Indians anymore.
Tito was the manager, and he was a utility infielder for the Cubs.
That was a great series.
Yeah,
That
great
was-
series.
Who won 17?
The Astros.
Astros.
18.
My buddy was the assistant coach on the hitting coach.
Nationals.
Boston Red Sox
In
won it.
18.
Beat the Dodgers in 18.
18 was the Red Sox.
Yeah.
What was 19?
National or the
Nationals. Well,
Yep.
finally won
And
one.
20.
Dodgers. That's
Dodgers.
easy.
Well, that
21.
fake fucking World
Well, the
Series.
team that should have won a lot more than what they won, but the
The
Braves.
Astros.
No, the Braves won in 21.
21.
22.
Braves.
The Astros must have under Dusty
Astros.
Baker. Another former Cub.
You were correct that the Astros did play in the 21 World Series.
I know, kidding. Okay.
And then last year, motherfucker.
My team, the Texas Rangers.
Uh-huh.
We should do MVPs of each year.
Oh my
Is this content?
Good morning, Charlie.
this is great
Is
content.
this content
This is
that-
great content.
We should do MVPs of each.
Let me see how many people. Let me look at my numbers here. We lost about 30 people though. 'Cause they hate baseball.
Everyone's got. Who cares?
Yeah, we lost.
If
Who
we
cares?
like it,
That's right.
if we like it, that's all.
That was
that-
interesting. You should be part of my baseball show that I want to launch. You should be. I'm looking for. Listen, Shuli said he's and Bob. The only way it's to make it work to be successful, because Carl says there's baseball opportunity in the Dabverse is not going to work.
Yeah, Joey. See, when I was a young man, when I was a young boy,
Right.
My brother he would hit line drives to me,
Right.
and he would say, "If you can't catch it, you're a bitch."
Now, Gonzo, do you know who Gunzo is? It comes in these chat rooms. His name is Gunzo.
Gunzo?
Gunzo.
Oh no, I don't know. He's another.
He's a good dude. We've talked many times. He's about a little bit younger than me, but a little bit. He's quite older than you. He's about 10 years. He's about Lou's age. Now he grows up in the same neck of the woods as me. And
Is he a baseball fan?
big baseball fan.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
And he took the time.
I
He
fucking
spent
love
weeks.
baseball, man.
He spent weeks putting ideas together for me.
I can talk about baseball all fucking day.
Now here's his idea.
Yeah.
He says, "Listen, I'm not a producer. I don't know how to do shows. I don't know how to start up a show." He goes, "But I am a diehard baseball fan from the era that you were in as a fan."
Me too.
That's what he said. He said,
Joe,
you
that's
need to
why I was
find-
telling you, Joey. That's why I was getting offended when you were insulting.
"No, you know what?
a major
I
league.
maybe
baseball
went a little
player.
overboard.
You know how hard-
He came out the wrong way yesterday, and that was wrong.
No,
for me.
nobody should insult you, but if it's a major league baseball player, it's like that's
Right.
pretty impressive. Yeah.
You're right. 1 point.
Like you know how hard it is to
Yes.
get to
the
that
hardest
point?
place to break into baseball. 1.2% make it
So-
to the big league and stay there. But I mean, I knew his history already because I knew he was a guy that kept going up and down because they tried organizational guys.
Yeah, but that
that
doesn't,
can
that
counter.
doesn't matter if you play one. If you take one fucking at bat in the major leagues,
Right, you're right.
You
I
got-
wish
you
I
got-
give my
you-
left
you
nut
got
for
my
that. I
respect
give my
for
left nut for that. I would have gave my
Of
left nut to
course.
that.
Can you imagine Joey C putting on a Major League Baseball uniform
I did put on a uniform, though.
and
I did
taking
wear
a
the uniform.
fastball from like
I
Greg
did wear the
Maddux?
uniform.
Like that's
I wore
awesome.
the Major League uniform. I did wear that, but I wasn't.
Yeah, but not as like a
not in
Major
that capacity. I would have gave my left nut to make it to the big leagues and swing and be in the World Series.
I would have killed like 14 people just to make it to the Major Leagues.
But see, I Gunzo knows that the
That
stories I have is that the people that are diehard baseball fans, if we could tap into make a show and we could build an audience right off the rip.
Joey C, can I ask you this? I'm sorry to interrupt. Who's the greatest baseball player of all time? Of all time.
Of all time?
No, yeah, just straight up who's the greatest baseball player? And you gotta explain why.
Who I think who I'm gonna pick is probably Ted Williams.
Ted Williams.
One of the greatest. But my all-time pick.
That's like probably the greatest hitter of all time, but not the greatest baseball.
Greatest all-around baseball player that I think of the whole pack.
Miss C says Babe Ruth.
He played. Didn't Ted Williams play right field?
I believe so. Didn't Ted Williams go to the war for us in World War II and came out still was amazing?
Yeah, but so did Willie Mays and a bunch of
Willie Mays. Okay,
Joey, your wife wants to know why would you trade
Mays
your nuts to play baseball?
Mays
I would have
way
gave my
better
left nut to play in the major leagues. You don't understand, sweetheart. You don't understand.
Answer. Can you guess my answer, Joey C? Do you think
Barry Bonds?
Would it be someone of new or someone of old? Let's give me that.
I can't because then you'll know.
Well, if it's someone new, you're gonna be a giant. It's gonna be, but it's probably, Willie Mays was a giant, so it could be Willie Mays.
No, Barry Bonds.
Well, I knew you were gonna say that because that's why I asked you that question.
I just said Barry Bonds.
Okay, but you want?
I know
Barry
that's what
Bonds?
I'm saying. Yeah, Lou guessed it.
That's
most
great.
home runs of all time.
Yeah, of all time. Yeah, you're right.
Fucking just the most home runs.
I watched him hit a ball out of a giant state. I don't know if it was Candlestick Park anymore. And he put it over the into the fucking river.
He would get intentionally walked when the bases were loaded.
He was pretty
like that's how good he was. He was
hands down. Dr. Chow's a big baseball guy. Dr. Chow.
Really, Doctor?
Give me your top 3 all-time major league players from I mean, grading him of everything aspect. We have to go to
all of us or Dr. Chow.
Joe DiMaggio would have to be in the top 3.
Nah, Joe DiMaggio is not even in the top 10 for me.
Are you kidding me?
He said for him.
Barry Bonds.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about all Major League Baseball.
All Major League Baseball. I would say number 1, Barry Bonds. Number 2, Willie Mays.
Oh my God! No.
And I'm not being biased.
Oh, you
are.
Barry Bonds.
I know
biased.
I know it sounds like
a league of people that
Barry Bonds, Willie Mays.
You are a '90s kid. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. If you were my son, I would be Shohei
Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani, I would put him.
No.
I'm talking about
if he wins the MVP, it's going to be highway robbery this year.
You guys please don't forget about all those guys that built this game up, like Stan Musial,
Joey,
Mickey Mantle, guys like
Joey. Pay attention. Julie wants you to resend him.
But when you're saying baseball players, Joey, it's
what? What did you want?
But Joey, when you say
Julie
baseball
wants
players,
you to resend him the text of the Bean story right now.
No, I'll tell it on his show. No. I told him.
Send Dr. Chow the link. I want to talk to Chow.
Julie wants me to tell the story. What do you want me to tell him? Hang on. Tell Julie to call me. Let me call him right now. Hang on. Is he live? Is he live?
I don't know, Mike. My shitty internet is saying.
Mike, is he live?
No. Mike, is he live?
I'll send Julie a link. Come on, we can talk over here.
All right, send Julie a link.
Let me send Julie.
So,
I
don't know about Ghost, but Ricky Mantle was my favorite legend.
Actually,
Ricky Mantle.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson was a great base stealer. One of the
Is he not? Does he not belong in the top 10?
For what, all-time player? I'm talking the total package. I'm talking major stars.
I need to
greatest hitter of all time.
You're talking Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb. Those are the guys that should be in the top 10 from that era.
I never saw Babe Ruth. I never saw Ty Cobb.
Right, but that's why. But it doesn't matter.
I guess Babe Ruth. Yeah, you're right. Babe Ruth.
Mickey Mantle. Those guys played drunk. If they were sober, they couldn't hit a ball.
What about So you agree with Barry Bonds and Willie Mays, right? Like they're
I
top
think Willie
5.
Mays was one of the greats. He was. Barry
But
Bonds,
what about Barry
Bonds.
Bonds? Barry Bonds? Are you kidding? Barry Bonds is way better than Willie Mays.
Oh my! That was his godfather. Wasn't that his uncle?
That was his. Yeah, he was. Willie Mays.
I
was
like
Godfather.
Papa John's. What's wrong with Papa John's pizza?
Listen, I'm going to give it to you because you're a diehard Giant fans, and that
You don't think?
he was,
Come on.
he was your idol. I'm not going to go past
if
that.
you don't think Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time,
I don't.
I don't. Who is it? Alex Rodriguez, I would put up there too.
Hell no.
Hell no. He don't deserve.
Albert Pujols.
Hell
Albert Pujols was a good.
You guys are nuts.
You
don't think
He was a
Pujols
good
is
player,
one of the
but
greatest?
I don't think
I
he's
can
one of the
name 10
greatest.
guys from the 70s that were major stars or in the Hall of Fame that were better than Barry Bonds.
Albert Pujols has like 600 and what?
Still tainted. No matter what Barry Bonds accounted, he was still tainted by drugs.
3,000. Albert Pujols was never connected.
I'm talking about your band, Barry Bonds.
Oh well, then yeah, but we're not talking about that.
If he wasn't on juice, he would have never hit 80 home runs. Never would have hit it.
Who?
He hit 73, not 80.
Whatever, 73.
Also,
never would have.
Joey,
never
It was a
would've hit.
different era, and the ball was traveling.
that's a bad argument too because
He
was Barry Bonds.
Remember,
Barry
his
Bonds
Pittsburgh
on
numbers, he was
so
putting
great.
up, 40 home runs?
my greatest guy in the whole wide
You know how
world.
great Barry Bonds was before he was even on the Giants?
I thought with his Pittsburgh Pirates, now he was a ball player then. But
he
I
was
think when he
fucking
started,
amazing.
he was amazing. To make a star with the Pirates. He had a head that was normal. When he's got on steroids, his head was 5 times too big. I literally went big. He expanded.
Yeah, but so what we have to take that into account.
Oh, yes, he became.
Is Derek Jeter on that list? Top 10?
Who would you say better home run hitter? Barry Bonds or Hank Aaron?
Barry Bonds.
Get the fuck out of here. No
fucking question.
No clear. He couldn't touch the fucking cloth that fucking Hank Aaron.
There's not even a question, Joey C.
Not even a question that Hank Aaron was a more better home run hitter.
Joey C. People would intentionally walk Barry Bonds with the base.
They used to do that to Hank Aaron too.
No, they did not.
Oh my God. They used to intentionally walk Dave Kingman. He was a feared home run hitter. Dave Kingman with the
Hank Aaron was a consistent home run hitter.
Because you want to know why?
What was his biggest?
And managers
he hit
were
50. I think 50 was like the most he ever hit in a season. And then on average, he hit like 30 for like 20 years, which is awesome. Like that's great.
Powerhouse naturally.
No.
Okay, so is Pete Rose the greatest hitter of all time? Is he the greatest hitter of all time?
Yes. Yeah, Pete Rose.
Thank you.
Yes, he is.
Here, Barry.
Well,
Bonds
no, he's not. Yeah, Ichiro is the greatest hitter of all time.
Here's Barry Bonds' home runs when he was with Pittsburgh. His 86 year, he had 16, 25 and 87, 24 and 88, 19 and 89, 33 and 90.
D33, look at that. That's
and 91 he had 25, and 92 he had.
When
did Spike happen? What year?
92 he hit 34.
He started doing steroids when he saw what's his name?
The greatest ball player of all time is Jose Canseco.
And in 93 he became a giant and he hit 46 home runs.
That's when he started doing juice.
No, that's
37 the following year, 33 the year after that, 42, 40, 37,
enhanced himself for 20 home runs almost a year.
49, 73, 46,
he cheated.
45, 45. He got hurt in 05 because he only hit 5 home runs.
He did have a little help in the
2006 he hit 26, and his final year he hit 28.
Was Mickey Mantle a great hitter? Was he one of the all-time greatest, best in the game?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Mickey Mantle, we'll put him up there.
Barry Bonds better than Mickey Mantle?
Yes, Barry Bonds is better than everybody. Joey, I don't. He's better. Mickey, yeah, Barry Bonds is better than every player.
If I can let you meet Barry Bonds, how would you take him out? What would you do for him?
I met Barry Bonds.
But we'll send you for dinner. We're gonna get you set up a trip where you can pick you. You can go out to dinner.
No, I wouldn't even want to talk. I wouldn't even want to. I don't want to meet him. It's fine.
Why?
I don't want to. It's fine. I don't have nothing to say to him.
He's the greatest guy.
I met him when I was 12 years old. And
you told me that story. That was a great story.
Yeah, he couldn't have been a bigger asshole.
No, but I understand you. If anybody come at me,
but no, I don't want to.
I'm just joshing with you. You know that?
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing to say to Barry Bonds.
I know, but if anybody came back and when I was a kid and told me Pete Rose, I would be all over to argue with him if they trashed Pete Rose. You know, especially when he got involved with the Gamma.
Yeah, Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is one talk to me. So
Joey, are you gonna Are you gonna do counter programming against me? No, we'll be done by then because I want some breakfast.
Yeah, but we get Julie on the phone.
all right, you hungry, Kai?
I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Close to breakfast time.
What are you making?
So what I always do:
Sorry,
scrambled eggs and ham. So Aaron Judge, if I was smart, I wouldn't pitch to him, and he won't get to 60.
Let me see if Julie had.
What do you think about Aaron Judge, Lou?
I mean, he's a good hitter. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't really watch the Yankees. The only time I watch the Yankees when
I'm on the air, so I hope you don't mind.
That's the real home run, King.
I'm with Gonzo, and Lou, Big Lou. We're doing our morning show, and we're in a heated discussion about this legend guy who trashed clubhouse.
No, we're not talking about legends.
We're over that, Joey.
Up and down all year, 10 years, and he's trying to bounce on clubhouse guys, and he's telling lies to Brennan.
He's a good hitter. He did clobber us for a couple of home runs in that series, but other than that, we kept the Yankees in check. I loved it. I didn't call my cousin. I hung out with my cousin one day, and I'm like,
do you think he's the actual home run king?
You damn right.
I mean,
because Sosa and McGuire and Bonds.
I don't care that they did the steroids.
Babe Ruth.
That doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's hand-eye coordination. Steroids ain't helping.
You're the fucking best in the world. Coming into my life when you did.
Gonzo actually called Lou. Kai, I'll admit that was pretty funny.
Shuli's on the phone. He just put me on. We'll talk.
I didn't hear it. But okay.
Sorry, Lou. I called you Kai on accident.
No worries.
He's gonna do it, Joey. Do it, Joe. Are you there? All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. You there?
Jesus Christ, Joey! I swear this.
All right, Lou. Well, I'm gonna get going, Lou.
Before you leave,
Joey, I love you.
Joey, if you're gonna do that, put your speaker to the mic.
All right, Lou. It was good talking to you, Lou. And Joey.
You didn't hear that hand up to the mic.
No, you didn't. You had the back of the phone. You have to put the speakers at the bottom of the phone.
All right. Well, he had to go. He said someone was being cunty. He wanted to make sure that it was true that I will only give the exclusive story to TSN. He's scheduling me. I told him, I love you, little shit. He goes, I love you too, you little cocksucker.
Same thing. Like it was a part of Gonzo had to bounce.
He did? What happened?
Nothing.
Gonzo Shitcock is probably the greatest person. I love the guy. I got nothing but respect. And I know he's a diehard Giants fan. He did get to meet the guy he loved.
I don't agree with him proclaiming Barry Bonds as the best.
No, I don't either. But to him, I give it to him.
You know what?
I got to give it to him for himself. You know.
See, for someone like me and him, I didn't grow up watching Mantle, DiMaggio, all those players. You might have, because that's the era you grew up in.
Right.
So we would have a different, and even me, I couldn't name top 10 players that I would really root for. I would just say fucking all Mets.
Hey, Lou, I had the list up of all the World Series teams from the 1913 up.
So did I. That's why I sat there and said, oh, yeah, someone's got a list up.
Hey. But listen, I promise you this. I'm going to get breakfast. I'm going to spend the entire afternoon till we do our show. I need to know, is it the legend's name? I need to know who is real. Is it Mark Lewis? Is it what is it? Is Joey, you think the legend's name is Mark? Hey, Joey, I think the legend's name is Mark David Lewis. So I'm going to look at this guy up, and I'm going to start making a phone call because I already knew some things about him. But here, I'm not trying to ruin his act because he's a big fucking Dabbleverse guy now, and he's trying to fit in. But you do not, the golden rule he did by trashing me as a clubhouse guy and saying what he did. First of all, the respect started going downhill in the late 90s and early 2000s by a lot of players because these kids come in with the big head. But let me tell you something. You go take anywhere from the 40s, 50s, or 60s, even the 20s, 30s.
Did this guy play for the Cincinnati Reds?
No, that's what I came up with. He played. He was a Giant. Obviously, he was a Giant. You know, and he's too much of a pussy. He knows I've been in baseball for 34 years. I have a sacred bond with players. I'm not gonna fucking.
Okay, yeah.
Now I'm gonna blast him all over the place. Now he gets blasted.
You know what? Hey, he had a year with San Francisco in '97.
That's he was a '90s guy. He told me he he grew
He
up.
started in '91 and
Griffey.
retired in 2001.
So you're 10 years. But he's a bench guy, up and down AAA. I'll find out real quick. I'll call Grady Fusa, got the minor league computer. Give me every stats that he had of him. Because when they scout other players in the minor league, he'll give me his take on him, what they thought of him. I will fucking bury him on here if he pops off again about Joey C. I will show you what every fucking farm director thought of him in the little fucking
look at the private chat, Joey.
So he better retract that because he told nothing but lies about Clubhouse guys. And I don't give a shit.
Joey, just look at the private chat.
I don't really give
I sent you his stats in the private chat.
He got on my fucking bad side, and that's it. So the legend either come correct or change your motherfucking name. You ain't no legend. Okay?
Dr. Chow likes him as a chatter.
Stay a fucking chatter.
WW. Good to see Lou back to the network.
He went to. I heard this. Yeah, he was a guy that listened to Clubhouse guys who knew guys. Like, here's the best part about it. He's trying to tell Brennan story. Well, I heard the Pete Rose and I heard the Johnny. You know where he heard all those fucking stories from guys that played or were in those lockers with those guys. So yeah, he's a guy that just would put his ear to the ground. He was a bench guy in the big leagues, and he would travel from city to city, and he would get to know other people in other clubhouses, and he would fucking hear the story. You think he would? I could tell you stories about Pete Rose. I was in the locker room with Pete Rose. I could tell you stories about Johnny Bench. I was in the locker room. Was he? Fuck no. I don't care if I fucking strike shoes. If I wiped his ass, I was with those guys right there. I saw them get in the shower naked. I saw them shave. I saw them put their fucking uniforms on. I went on the same fucking dugout with them. So fuck you, legend.
His numbers ain't that good. I mean, the most RBIs he's ever had in a season was 55 with Detroit.
You're nothing but a fucking lawyer of the fucking clubhouse. You were a pain in the ass to clubhouse guy. I can guarantee you were one of those minor league fucking players that nitpicked every fucking thing, and you always gave the clubhouse guy a fucking bad ride.
His career average was a 263.
No respect for the guys that ran clubhouses, and you're a fucking dog for that. So fuck you, legend. Clip it, send it to Brennan, and fucking you think, oh, you got Brennan in your corner, you got Stutter and John. Are they gonna come and make jokes about me? Fuck Kevin Brennan. I've been told to tell Brennan on the show. Fuck Stutter and John. I can argue with the best legend, but you don't get to disrespect the fucking clubhouse guys. Because I take that very sacred. Okay? I'm in the minor league. I'm in the minor league baseball association as a lifetime member. Lifetime fucking member, pal. You call them up and they'll ask what Joe Kelly's on all the time. I'm on the list. You fucking right. My name's up there with some of the great people. But don't you ever say call us laundry boys, motherfucker, because you needed our asses and you were probably a guy. The clubhouse guy they probably fucking
back up off the mic a little bit.
They probably made you look ridiculous, guys. Is why you fucking acting like a stupid asshole out here. Because no real fucking major league ball player would call out a motherfucking clubhouse guy like that. Look at what Carlton Fisk's inauguration into the fucking Hall of Fame. He talked about his clubhouse guy. Why don't you fucking look at that, you fucking piece of shit?
Yeah.
Not being more serious than I can be. Go to Carlton Fisk's inauguration when he made the speech on the podium. He talked about Willie Thompson, the White Sox clubhouse guy, who was how he praised him. And when Willie died, how sad he was. You fucking piece of shit. And Brennan, you want to come after me for this? Fuck you too. And John, you better just shut the fuck up out of your mouth.
And on that note, folks, we're going to be back at 2:30 for Busting Balls. Because Joey is riled up and we need a break. Any last words, Joey?
I got nothing to fucking say to nobody.
All righty. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you at 2:30 for Busting Balls.